Welcome to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. Tonight, you're going to be joining us for a bunch of Collegiate Overwatch action. And tonight, we're going to start out in ABC Collegiate Overwatch. And in the ABC, there are big familiar names. Boise State is looking out for UT Dallas and UCI Esports. But of course, the big two teams in the ABC everyone is looking to take down is Maryville and Northwood. Tonight, though, in that journey to get to fighting those teams, Boise State is going to face off against Grand Canyon University first. My name is Jacob Palmer. I'm joined by Greg Olsol-Smith, and Olsol, this is going to be very interesting. Your first time joining us to call all of the Overwatch action. How are you feeling tonight?
Sure is. I'm looking forward to it. I think I'm going to have a fun time sorting through the HUD, trying to figure out what's going on. I'm definitely going to be leaning on you for it.
Well, there is a lot of visual clutter in Overwatch, but once you get past it, I think you'll see some great skill shown off. Nonetheless, of that great skill, some of that great skill that we're going to be seeing tonight is Nerdy Bird, a player that we will be kind of honoring throughout the night in many ways. But before we get to that, we want to go to the first matchup that we are going to have tonight, and that is Boise State versus Grand Canyon University. As we're going up in the ABC, we're also going to kind of do an overview of how all the rules are going to go out tonight, how the matches are all laid out. And in ABC Collegiate Overwatch, it's that standard 6v6 competitive with best of 3, with only Control, Hybrid, and Escort being in the mix. So, Greg, your first time here on desk, you won't have to be subjected to the Assault mode, which everyone has nothing but positive thoughts for, I assure you. So we're just kind of going to go with the classics, starting with Control. Of course, before we get to the games tonight, we want to give our players the best advice that they have to win, and that is Doc's keys to the game in Overwatch. And that's never to take a fair fight. That's to take fights in unexpected places when your opponents are unprepared and when you can have ability advantages. Those are Doc's keys to the game, brought to you by Drop-In Gaming, the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play to win your favorite games, play to win cash and prizes while playing your favorite games in free and paid entry matches. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming have the right games and competition for you. To begin your competitive gaming journey, sign up at dropingaming.com. As we're ready to head into the matchup tonight, this is going to be Boise State versus Grand Canyon University, starting out on Oasis in a control map. Of course, with these control maps, we have a choice of 3 individual stages that we could see at any time. So, depending on what Boise State gets, they could start off with a real explosive opening. Once again, Boise State versus Grand Canyon University, ABC Collegiate Overwatch. Boise State has been on a tear this semester, and we'll see if they can't improve on their winning streak. Going to be ready to hop into the first match of the night, starting off with Control. And here we go into Oasis. Boise State has had kind of an interesting mixed history on Oasis. Sometimes the games that they've had have been really good on Oasis. Sometimes they haven't. We're normally used to seeing either Legion Tower or Busan to open things up here on Overwatch. So kind of a nice off pick here. And it looks like we're going to be heading into... Here we go. Here goes Oasis. And the main thing you're going to want to look out for here also is that there's kind of a lot of fighting over the high ground here. There's a very nice vantage point just to the left of the point here. You can actually see it as the camera flies in here. It's going to be just off to the left here. There you see it, kind of that second floor. Sometimes you see teams trying to take a flanking route through that.
That's interesting. I was just going to ask you how you thought that this map changed the win con for this map style, or this game mode.
Well, nothing that can really hurt is you just getting to the point first, using that speed that Lucio can get to you. And right now, as we jump into, it looks like Boise State is going to have the first pick against them, as Chosen and Plato are eliminated. Boise State already finding themselves kind of wanting in terms of the point. As Boise State is going to find Grand Canyon University with the help of that Lucio speed boost, already getting toward the point. Pinnacle is going to remech. Cal taking a lot of damage here, and Boise State's going to have to fall back and regroup. That's going to be one of the main things. I mean, once you kind of get one pick or two, you know, it doesn't matter if it's a game that's, you know, you respawn or a game where you're out for the whole fight. You want to make sure your team's taking good fights, because just going in one at a time, no one wants that. You're getting picked off. You're giving the other team ultimate points. It's just no good for anybody.
Yep, don't want to be feeding to walk in. Should be full face frontal attack, right?
Well, speaking of ultimates, Boise State is going to have the Coalescence ripped against them, as well as the sound barrier. Plato tries to throw out that pulse bomb as Maxwell brings out the self-destruct, but already picks for Grand Canyon, and Boise State has to fall back again as they're meeting their match, struggling to get onto the point. And right now I really have to kind of point out Q-tip there on that Lucio. It's the one thing that I have to kind of think of, because Lucio can give your whole team a speed boost, and if your team is able to make it to the point first, you know, kind of set up everything, then you can really dictate how the fight unfolds, and Boise State just can't really make the space for themselves. Matt is going to get himself an environmental, and we see one person contesting on the point right now. Skell is taken out of their mech, trying to use their Baby Diva skills to try to mow down this Reaper here. Will he be able to get away? Yes, indeed he will, and Grand Canyon still maintains point.
He did get away, but Kill got enough ult charge to pull out the Soon.
Yeah, he is going to be able to use his self-destruct here, maybe to make some space for himself. You also see Maxwell trying to take this flank route up here through the upper ground. Kell is going to throw out their self-destruct. Doesn't look like it picks up anybody. Only thing left is Chosen using that Transcendence as the Zen. Matt going very low on health as Plato also gets hacked and mowed down. That Transcendence is not fast enough to keep Boise State alive as Pinnacle takes out Plato. Boise State is going to find themselves down one in this engagement, and they are having a really tough time getting a presence back on point as the Primal Rage is used by Flame, just pushing Boise State right back off that point. They are back up against the wall, and that is going to be it for this fight. Grand Canyon, props to them, taking down the Broncos in the first stage.
Any blaring mistakes there by Boise State?
You know, it's really tough to... It can be really tough to try to pick things out one at a time. It really seemed like Grand Canyon was able to get to the point first, set themselves up. Boise State was just, I think it might have also been positioning Grand Canyon just with these divey tanks that they have, like the Winston and the Diva. They're just able to kind of focus down Boise State's squishies. And so maybe it's just Boise State pushing more as a cohesive unit. We're just going to have to see what happens here. This is another one of those stages where the teams can kind of open up with a rally to the point as Boise State Bagel swapping over the Lucio. So now they are both trying to get to the point as soon as possible. Boise State off to the side route here. Going to meet up with Grand Canyon University. Is going to get hacked. Bagel and mowed down. Sweet Potato doing great work on this Sombra. And now Boise State is going to find themselves down one again, finding themselves also pinched out from the back line. They are finding themselves pushed into this corner, and that is not a situation the Broncos want to be in. But Flame is going very low on health. This could be the start for Boise State as Flame gets hacked, and that's going to do it. Boise State gets the pick they were looking for, and now they are going to move on toward the point, trying to focus down Sweet Potato here. Sweet Potato kind of recalls, gets out of danger. Pinnacle is going to be taken out of their mech soon, followed up by Matt Merck, and Boise State getting back onto the point here. Coalescence is going to be popped. And there goes Q-Tip as well, finding themselves in a bit of damage, eliminated by Matt Merck. Boise State onto the point here, but can they maintain it? They are almost claiming the point, and that is going to do it. There are just a few members left of GCU. Now Boise State has the point for themselves. The main thing you're kind of going to want to look out for here also is this EMP that is on the online for Sweet Potato and Maxwell. They're both on the Sombra here, and that EMP, once you're able to just silence everyone's abilities, they can be sitting ducks. I mean, you know how that works out.
Oh, yep. I've heard that's pretty serious.
Look at that onto Grand Canyon. 4 of their members got hacked. None of their abilities available, and Boise State just has fun using that Death Blossom in conjunction with it. Going for the team-wide. Pinnacle also gets hacked, and he is down very low, going to be finished off by Matt Merck, and Boise State back into the lead.
What a play. Absolutely rolls him and then solos Pinnacle.
But look out, because Sweet Potato also has that EMP, so one good turn deserves another if Boise State can't play here. You you're just going to have to be wondering where Sweet Potato is, because Sombra is one of those heroes that can kind of conceal themselves, be blind to the enemy team, you know, not unlike the Yoru ultimate in Valorant. There goes a Death Blossom used by someone, but that's someone that Boise State is going to know very well as he takes out two. Boise State Bagel trying to use his sound barrier to give Boise State some health at the last moment, but they cannot survive as Q-Tip takes out Kel. But Boise State managing to get a pretty good charge on that, up to 64% as we see Maxwell here. Might try to get a flank and a sneaky silence onto somebody. He's going to fight against Sweet Potato, Sombra v Sombra. Sweet Potato's going to recall away and live to fight another day. As we are ready to the next fight here, Sweet Potatoes trying to get into Boise State's faces as Matt is going to be using that shatter and going to be able to take out Moira, followed by Kel. Chosen also eliminating Sweet Potato, and that has to be it for Boise State, ready to take back the point. Grand Canyon has to reset, and now look at those ultimate charge rates on Grand Canyon. You can see that Boise State is much more well prepared for this next fight.
Yeah, with two ults in the pocket, they should be able to pop it pretty soon. Ooh, and that Sombra ult is ready all over again. Yeah,
we're going to see how many hacks. Look at that, 5 hacks onto Grand Canyon University, and Boise State starts the elimination train rolling. Someone in Flamehead eliminated, Pinnacle taken out of their mech, and now with just a little under 10% left for Boise State to charge up, it is going to be desperation situation for Grand Canyon to get onto the point. Boise State can just hold them at the choke point here. Chosen is going to use that coalescence to push damage onto them as Grand Canyon tries to go around, get to the point as soon as they can. They manage to touch it, and we're heading into overtime here as Bagel takes out someone. Boise State still with the advantage in this fight. They want to drive it to the third fight. Plato using their Death Blossom, pushing so much damage, but it's not going to take out anyone from Grand Canyon. There goes the hack, and look, 3 people get hacked for Boise State as Matt Merck uses that shatter, though, stunning all of the members on Grand Canyon, and that is going to do it. Boise State takes that map and is going to go on to the third here.
Whew, well played. So when they're at the 99%, they just have to clear everyone off, and then the overtime's out?
Yeah, once we get to 99%, if you are the team that's kind of on the wrong side of that 99%, what you want to do to keep the round going is at least have someone on point. As long as someone's on point and contesting it, then overtime still continues. So as long as one member of Grand Canyon, you can see in the little circles there, kind of in the center, how many members of each team are on the point, so you can use that to kind of track everyone right now.
5, 4.
Ooh, we're ready to head in. Yeah, just great work by our camera person as Boise State is ready, and they are just going to be charging right through, meeting Grand Canyon in this narrow room here. Now keep an eye out on that hole in the center of the arena. Look at that May wall there is going to be trapping Matt Merck. Can't get away. Those walls, once May comes out, you're going to want to watch the position of those ice walls, peeling a team member away from all the support the other team has to give to them, and then just focusing down just like this, like Boise State wants to do, trapping the tanks of Grand Canyon, but they're going to get booped away. Matt Merck already down to about half health there as Kel gets taken out of their mech, and Flamehead with the pick onto Matt Merck. Once your tanks are gone, your squishies are going to have a much tougher time on the point. Bagel is trying to heal up the rest of the members of Boise State, but they cannot get back up to full health. Grand Canyon taking the point first. There it goes, a stagger on top of that as well. Not what Boise State wants. Now as we just take a little bit of a breath here, Matt ready to kind of peek around this corner, but and there goes the May wall right in front of Boise State. Not able to get through that one. They're just going to have to wait for the cooldown to die on that one. Deadeye is going to be brought out as well as a Blizzard from Plato, just trying to freeze everyone, and they are going to be frozen there indeed. Flame is able to be mowed down with the help of just about everyone from Boise State, as with that May wall, both of them kind of block off the exit to try to trap him in that small room there, trying to bring out the wall, and Maul Immortality Field is thrown down there to help keep Grand Canyon alive. You actually see their Diva is able to eat up one of Boise State's ultimates with that defensive matrix, but with a double by Kel, that looks like Boise State has found their footing finally and are going to get onto the point and claim it back for themselves.
It looks like the Maywall gets so much utility when we have small gate entry points in and out of that room.
Definitely. That's one you want to watch out for. The Maywall is all about that timing and trying to peel off 1 or 2 prime targets away from the other team. There it goes. It tries to split up Boise State. Look at that self-destruct from Kel, taking out 2. Bagel follows that up by eliminating Flamehead. And I have no doubt that a Maywall thrown up by Boise State just kind of got Grand Canyon to where they couldn't escape. And Boise State is doing exactly what you want to do. Once you claim the point, you can push up to those choke points. Make some space for yourself. Whether you're playing a hero shooter or a tactical shooter, taking control of those crucial choke points is always going to put you at an advantage. Now Flamehead, look at that Maywall peeling off Flamehead from the rest of their team. Someone is going to bring out that Death Eye, and Pinnacle eats Plato's Blizzard with the defensive matrix. That is unfortunate for Boise State. And that sound barrier was used just the right time, considering the self-destruct was popped by Grand Canyon, who throws down their amp matrix as well. Maxwell's going to use their Deadeye, isn't able to pick up anybody, but Chosen with the amp matrix, helping Matt Merck get the elimination. But Boise State is frozen in their tracks right now, thanks to that Blizzard from Sweet Potato. Chosen, Matt Merck, and Bagel all eliminated, and Boise State has to give up the point. But overall, pretty respectable charge that they got onto there. That's a great pick there by Maxwell with the melee against Muma. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that, but I hope one of those pronunciations is to your liking. Well, now Grand Canyon trying to get back onto the point. Shatter thrown out, and Flame is going to be taken out there. Kel eliminating Flamehead. Someone also taken out by Bagel in this short room. There is a lot of wall and maul being thrown out. Grand Canyon is contesting the point, but Boise State has all of the picks to themselves right now. Looks like they're going to be claiming back this point, and at a crucial time. Now, in terms of percentages, once you get above 80%, that's about 1 team fight left. So Grand Canyon, all they have to do is basically get the point back for themselves. Boise State has to hold from here on out. And overall, in terms of ultimates, it looks like they're doing pretty well for themselves.
Yeah, not bad for sure. I mean, Grand Canyon's super close on 4 of them, but Boise State is really close on pretty near all of them.
Oh, Matt Merck is going to use that shatter. Huge shatter to stun everybody, and Maxwell follows that up, focusing down this May, just waiting for her to come out of her cryo chamber, and she gets focused down. But one member looks like they managed to get back onto the point. Looks like it was Pinnacle, but Boise State quickly turns around, takes them out, gets the point for themselves, and gets the first round win.
So tight down there, that 80 by 80. I'm glad they were able to hold that last one.
It looks like Boise State starting off very well in their first ABC matchup. So overall, pretty good job for the Broncos. What stood out to you most there?
I guess I didn't realize how much that starting kill really cascades the rest of the team. I don't see a lot of retreating from the enemy team to taxi people back up. It really was once the first 2 or 3 fall, the rest of the team went with them.
Yeah, those first picks just in any shooter game are going to be instrumental in dictating the course of the round. But overall, great job for Boise State. We are going to take a little bit of a short break in between these matches and get back with the second match. We'll see if Boise State can't claim the match point for themselves. ABC Collegiate Overwatch, Broncos off to a great start, and we'll be back after this short break.
NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. We are currently watching ABC Collegiate Overwatch and watching Boise State take on Grand Canyon University. They are already off to a great start in their fight tonight, going up 1 and moving themselves on to the match point in this best of 3. Now we're going to be heading into hybrid, and of course one of the people that you will see that we honor tonight is going to be a Nerdy, and we're sure see a lot of nerdy plays in this later tonight. But right now we are facing Grand Canyon University. Boise State already up 1, like I said, as we're ready to head into the second match, which is Kings Row. Now we head into hybrid, and so you don't know, Old Soul, who is joining me, who is my co-caster right now. Kings Row is by far the most common map played on Overwatch. It's just, it's one that like everyone is tired of seeing, but at the same point, it's such a classic map to Overwatch. It's like everyone's a little tired of playing it over and over, but at the same time, everyone also respects it as kind of a nice map, a very exciting map to play on, and really one that gives us a lot of great matchups.
Okay, kind of meta locked into it.
Yeah, it's almost like when we're expecting the other team to pick, it's almost like 80% it's going to be Kings Row.
Right.
Which maps that kind of are a favorite in a competitive setting are there for a reason, because a lot of people like to play on them and really make great plays. Well, we are going to see how Boise State does as we are ready to jump into this second match. Boise State versus Grand Canyon University in ABC Collegiate Overwatch. Boise State only needs 1 win here, and they will be moving on with their W column increased evermore in ABC Overwatch. Let's head down to all of the action and see how things are going to work out here. The team that doesn't get the choice of the stage, which in this case was Boise State since the loser picks next map, is going to have choice of whether they want to attack or defend first. Normally teams want to go for defense first, usually just kind of let the other team take that initiative, see how they work things out here. And one thing that is interesting about Kings Row you're going to want to watch out for here also is this first point. The respawns are very far away from the first point. So the team that's defending here can have a hard time. All it takes is one successful team fight and the attacking team will take the payload for themselves.
Now, the attacking team is the only one that can really make win con full game progress, right? So when you take defense first, what you're doing is letting them set the bar so that you know what you're competing with.
Yes. You're trying to see how far they push the payload so that you can push it just a little farther when you're on attack here. Right now, though, it looks like we're going to be seeing that that wall and brawl we were talking about on Oasis, just trying to throw up those key walls and split up the other team. You can see Grand Canyon we're actually going to have a swap on sides here. Boise State now in the blue as Sun Tzu able to take take out Mama there. And Bagel also eliminating Sweet Potato. So great job overall by the Broncos, keeping their position on point. And man, already getting the shatter, just going to solo shatter Pinnacle. Boise State does not want anyone to get onto the point here.
Do not be fooled by the overlay. Those names are backwards. Boise State is absolutely taking the field right here.
Yeah, they are in the blue, as I would expect the Broncos to be in the blue. And there we go. We got the names changed around. Thank you very much, production. So we are ready to head into the next fight. And looks like Grand Canyon again gets peeled off by that Maywall. Actually, looks like all of them managed to get past it. But Gob is still getting the first pick there onto their Baptiste, onto the support. And once that healing is gone, the other ones fall like dominoes. Matt Merck on the Reinhardt, able to take out 2. And Grand Canyon is going to be forced to go back to start. A little bit of a stagger there onto Sweet Potato as well. And now Bagel heading back over to Matt to do some healing and try to get the other point. You can see right here, this demonstrator I was talking about. Look at how far away that respawn is from the point here. Bagel trying to help Chosen get back to the point before Grand Canyon can respawn, and has a much shorter journey around.
Yeah, so Bagel being able to taxi players back up from the respawn is huge right now, right?
Yes, Lucio is such a great, his speed boost allows you to really get to the point first, dictate where you want to fight in Grand Canyon. He also going to use his sound barrier. You see right now all of that health given over to Grand Canyon to keep them alive temporarily, at least.
Speaking of keeping people alive temporarily, that lamp was a nice placement.
Yeah, that is those immortality fields definitely being a great lifeline to those players. Matt Merck is going to win the battle up. The Reinhardt's Bagel with a melee taking out Sweet Potato. Look at someone with a double here on this McCree. He's going to be chased down by this Pilot Diva. It's hot pursuit right now. Q-Tip is able to get a pick. Kel is able to remech and is going to try to contest them back on the point. Grand Canyon only able to get about 1 tick. Now Boise State is finding themselves in an awkward position. Their team is split up. They're getting pinched in from both sides as the shatter is thrown out, and Matt rocks right into that one. Q-Tip eliminates Matt. Merkel also taken out. Now with both tanks gone for Boise State, it looks like they are going to have to give up this first point and give the payload over to Grand Canyon.
Looks like Flamehead's getting some utility out here with a kill. Sun Tzu replies though and takes out someone. Flamehead takes out Sun Tzu.
We are referring. I gotta say, we are referring to a specific person here. It's just the gamer tag that says someone. It's not like I'm saying, oh, he just takes out someone.
Well, he just
took
died.
out someone. I just don't know who, but someone on the other field.
Someone does have his Deadeye ready. Hopefully he can get a lot of utility out of that. And Boise State's not looking super great on the ult economy here.
Yeah,
in comparison to Grand Canyon.
The only thing they're going to have to start up with is the Blizzard, but that shatter from Matt Merck already past 90%, so maybe if they all get caught up in that one, someone's going to bring up. There goes the shatter. It's going to take out someone while he was using that Deadeye. Boise State off to a great start, but there goes the sound barrier, buffing up the health bars for Grand Canyon. Plato throws out that Blizzard. Is anyone going to get caught up in it? The Death Blossom thrown out by Gob is also going to take out Muma as Matt Merck eliminates Flamehead. Boise State looks like they are holding Grand Canyon for this fight and are now making space for themselves back up to the choke point.
Ooh, what a beautiful disrupt that was back there, making sure that Cassidy did not get that high noon out. Really broke the ult economy for Grand Canyon, but they've got it back up now. Which one of these ults do you think we're going to really see get a lot of utility out? Probably the Blizzard first?
Probably the Shatter as Matt Merck just goes right into the face of Grand Canyon, stuns all of them. That's just, you respawn, you're ready to head out, and then you just get stunned right out of the gate. It's just not that fun for anybody. Boise State is just going right up to respawn for Grand Canyon. They throw up the Maywall to try to get some space for themselves. Bagel throws out that Death Blossom. Now it's going to use the Blizzard just to get out of their own spawn. He's saying Boise State can't get past here, but all of the damage being pushed on by Sun Tzu there. Using that Reaper, the shotgun wielder basically of Overwatch, just that close range spread damage which can tear through health bars. Doing a great job. Now here goes Bagel trying to get some healing back onto Boise State. Sun Tzu is able to go right into the face of Flamehead and take him out, but 2 Ryans are going to fall. It is traded back and forth as both teams are now at 4v4. Now Grand Canyon has the slight advantage here as one of their members respawns, but Boise State is still finding a way to hold them right now, despite not having the person advantage. Chosen going on insane on this map, is trying to get away from Grand Canyon, who's trying to focus him down. He's down to about half health, but Boise State there, Lucio comes in and and bails him out. Flamehead also is going to eliminate Plato. Looks like they are back onto the payload, but Boise State bled so much time away from Grand Canyon. I don't know if they're going to get to this checkpoint.
Ooh. That was so much damage done by BAP. Usually we don't see them as a real, DPS role filler, right?
Well, of the supports, he's one of the most DPS heavy. Him and Zenyatta are probably the supports that most often you can kind of pop off on. You can push a lot of damage out through a BAP if he is good. Boise State is going to bring out their Shatter. I can't necessarily see due to that Maywall how many people it got. There goes Sweet Potato throwing out that Blizzard, trying to freeze Boise State in his tracks, but Boise State kind of went off to the sides of this checkpoint. We're able to dodge that. Flamehead throws out their Shatter. Sound barrier also used by Q-Tip. Grand Canyon making space themselves, getting back onto the point. A Hail Mary self-destruct thrown out. Valkel isn't going to get anyone as Chosen trying to equal this out. Mama. It could be for Boise State. They turn this around. Although with that Death Blossom, Sun Tzu gets taken out while he was using it. He did take out someone, but he is going very low on health right now. But Boise State is still finding a way to hold it. Have they managed to survive with a double by Matt? It looks like that very well might be the case as Q-Tip with a double there onto the Lucio is really going to turn things around. That's the one you were asking earlier, also kind of the support you wouldn't expect to do on DPS. Lucio isn't necessarily known for his DPS. I mean, it's not a hit scan. Yep. It's projectile based. You're using it for him for the healing and the speed boost, but sometimes these Lucios, they can surprise you.
Goodness, yeah, what was that? 3 kills and an assist. Crazy.
There goes Bagel throwing out that sound barrier, Boise State sound barrier, to give them a bit more health as Maywolf heads up. Amp Matrix thrown down by Grand Canyon University, but Matt Merck is just going to say, I don't care about your Amp Matrix. Charging right through it, getting right in your face as the Shatter is brought out by Boise State. We see Gob here swapping over to the Ash, trying to keep an eye on those flank routes, pelting them with long-range damage from her rifle. And Kel able to take out Pinnacle here. The payload going back ever so slowly. We're now below 1 minute now. Grand Canyon going to have one more chance to push this.
Now, Sun Tzu switching from Reaver to Ash, that's a huge comp change, right?
Yes, but with Ash, she has that long range gun, not quite unlike a Guardian that you would see in Overwatch, just able to put a lot of damage if you have the ability to click those heads. Throwing out the Dynamite as well to put a little area of effect damage onto Boise State as Grand Canyon is throwing all of their ultimates out at once. Is it going to do anything? I do not see any eliminations against Boise State. They are strong and resolute. Flamehead, last chance with the Shatter. Doesn't look like it gets anyone except Cal. That's a huge Shatter from Boise State going right into Grand Canyon University. That is what you would call a fat Shatter to end things for this fight. And there goes Bob out from Sun Tzu. One more body out on the field for Boise State to help them fight. Grand Canyon, though, I thought this was over, but Grand Canyon still managing to find a way to keep this going. Boise State is going to have the advantage, though, of having the respawn advantage and might be able to hold them with the self-destruct. We'll have to see how it works. Oh, look at Suns. Oh, wow, there you go. See, when I think that a fight is about to start, it in fact ends. And when I think that a fight is about to end, it keeps going. That's just the way it works out here. You're never right as a caster. Yeah, always the opposite things happens.
So the benchmark's been set. Do you think the new offensive team can reach for that?
Yeah, Boise. I think this is very doable for Boise State. Grand Canyon wasn't able to get to the final parking spot, if you will, here. So Boise State doesn't even have to get the full direction here. They normally, if they can just take this first point in one fight, they'll be looking pretty. So we just wait to see what is brought out here.
Ready for battle.
Whew. So it looks like Grand Canyon is going to be ready for them to start up. Don't see too much of a change, though. Sweet Potato still on that May, using that wall, trying to catch out Boise State, who hasn't made too many swaps themselves. But we do see Gob, right now known as Sun Tzu, still hovering over that Reaper, so Just a lot more close range damage that they're going to try to do. And Plato also bringing out that Mei. This is going to be that classic, very brawly composition with the Rhine and the Mei. Basically, we have a mirror matchup between the teams, except that someone has brought out the Cassidy and Sun Tzu is on the Reaper instead. So a little bit of an interesting change there. We'll see how it works out there. A bit of damage being traded out there, but nothing that Boise State can't heal up right now. They are ready to push past this first choke point, going right on to the point here. Maywell sewn up to try to stop them. The Bagel gets kind of a pick onto Sweet Potato. That's a really nice start out here. As Boise State is going to use that to get more space for themselves. They're doing just what Grand Canyon did when Boise State was defending, pushing them into the hotel here, into this close range. Look at someone, though, getting right in the face of Boise State, being able to take out two. Chosen evens it up by taking out someone. But right now, Grand Canyon holding Boise State before that first pick. I actually see an interesting swap over here. We actually see the Junkrat being brought out by Sun Tzu. Junkrat, the ultimate projectile heal. I mean, you're just throwing out, you know, grenade after grenade, if you will, trying to aim it upright. And, well, it's certainly working out. He already gets a pick. Beta and Plato also getting one for themselves. Boise State looks like they get the payload with a few ultimates in tow as well. Yeah,
I know Sun Tzu really enjoys playing the Junkrat when he's, you know, feeling excited, feeling strong. But otherwise, he doesn't get picked very often, does he?
He's very situational. I mean, it depends on the stage that you're doing. And you're very close in stage, then Junkrat can really dominate choke points. But if it's a very wide open space, then it's hard to aim grenades.
Yep.
Well, there goes the Amp Matrix thrown out. Boise State is just going to put a wall right in front of that, saying we don't want to deal with that damage right now, especially after Sun Tzu got picked off by Q-Tip. There goes the Amp Matrix thrown out by Boise State, and there goes the wall back.
Right back.
Yeah. I mean, hey, when it boosts all the damage that's thrown through it, the other team, of course, are not going to want to go up against that as Grand Canyon throws out their sound barrier along with the Deadeye, and Flamehead doing work for Grand Canyon right now, getting a double and holding Boise State back up to the choke.
Sun Tzu with a good reply, but someone takes out...
I might have spoke too soon here. Yeah, he has a gray. He's going to try to mow down Sweet Potato, who has to throw out the wall for their own self-defense. But it is only a matter of time. Matt Merck able to take out Sweet Potato. And Boise State, I like this, moving right up to the checkpoint here, making the space for themselves. And now they basically didn't use any ultimates. That's a great wall there, trapping in their own Diva. Now Grand Canyon kind of all bunched up here. They have one member off to the side that really isn't able to get to their team. But Boise State is still judiciously holding on to their ultimates, doesn't want to quite use something. There goes self-destruct thrown out by Pinnacle. The remake right onto Sun Tzu as he was using the Riptire. You hate to see it.
Shut down to 6%, so close. And they were holding onto those ultimates so hard, but they've let several go now. Oh, my goodness. Someone taking a double out and shutting down Boise State. Flamehead and Pinnacle follow up with that, and the cascade begins.
I mean, the Riptire is great, but while you're using it, your character is just sitting right in the middle. And when a character isn't moving, it's a lot easier of a target.
And we were just 5 meters away from the point. It's all right. We've got time to take care of that.
We do. We still have 3 minutes here, but Boise State unfortunately just used everything they had to that. So it's going to be a few more rounds before they can save up again to get their ultimates back.
And so close. Here it is. Down to the wire.
Grand Canyon already has someone on this Cassidy ready to charge back up that Deadeye. Goes online as Pinnacle gets a pick onto Bagel. Boise State, Sun Tzu trying to peek through these sidelines here, trying to get a little bit of a head tap there, but unable to find it. The Maywall's just going up for both teams. Logging off their sideline. Seems both teams are just kind of content to wait till everyone respawns, ready to contest as a full team again. And here we go. High Noon brought out by someone. Boise State trying to get out of his sidelines, make sure he doesn't pick them off. And now that the Deadeye's gone, Boise State can fight again as their Amp Matrix is thrown down. One from Grand Canyon University as well. Maywall's going to throw up, go up, peel off the tanks for Boise State as Plato now trying to get a sneaky snipe here, a right click. Has the Blizzard, is going to throw it right behind their own wall to freeze the members of Grand Canyon. And you can see both their tanks are frozen. Q-Tip trying to use that sound barrier to survive, but that Blizzard making the space that Boise needs to try to push this payload. And there goes Sun Tzu and Chosen with a pick each. I think that is finally it for Boise State to get onto the point. They threw out their own self-destruct right on point. Luckily, Plato is going to go into cryo freeze. Able with a shatter there. Matt Merck gets a double, and Plato also eliminating Mama. The elimination train is now moving Boise State, and there you can see that's the parking spot. That's how far Grand Canyon got in their push, so Boise State only has to best it by a little bit, and they will have this win. Just one more effort. Kel has this self-destruct, so where he places it could just take out all of Grand Canyon. That's a great wall there to kind of make their tanks be more isolated from their supports. Grand Canyon's Boise State is going to throw out this amp matrix already. One pick by Matt Merck. Deadeye brought out by Sun Tzu, but Matt Merck eliminated by someone. Here we go. Grand Canyon has gotten back onto the point using their own Deadeye. Boise State just waiting for the timer on that one to run out. And they were so close again, but Grand Canyon has retaken the point. Boise State looks like they might just be waiting for one more respawn here to contest as a team. That's a great Maywall there, splitting up Grand Canyon, but Flame is the one to get the first pick. Kel answers that back, so it is 5-5 as Sweet Potato throws out their Blizzard. Sound Barrier and Self-Destruct is going to take out their BAP. Boise State is answering back, has a slight advantage here. Grand Canyon trying to survive on this point, though, with their Sound Barrier, and Pinnacle using that to take out Sun Tzu, the extra health. And Gob does have their Deadeye. It has been one long, drawn-out fight with neither team giving, as only one pick here, one pick there, trading back and forth. Sun Tzu answered by Matt, answered by someone. It is back and forth like a seesaw. Grand Canyon is going to have a lot of their members frozen by this Blizzard, and finally with the Blizzard, Boise State might have gotten their footing, but I am not sure because they still have a lot of members on the point, and someone using that Deadeye is going to be taken out by Sun Tzu with a double and the swap over to the Wrecking Ball. That is finally going to do it for Boise State. They have to basically take out everyone to win. Whew, well, that was quite a finish there, but Boise State winning that 2-0 in that best of three. Great win against Grand Canyon University. You kind of surprised the Broncos there, taking more wins than I kind of expected from them. Well, like we said, this has been... Whew, just let me catch my breath there, because that was a very long fight.
Oh my goodness, what a fight indeed, and so much back and forth.
Alrighty, well then, one of the great sponsors of Boise State Esports is Boise State Esports themselves. And if you're looking to join the Bronco team, either in Overwatch, League of Legends, Rocket League, Valorant, whatever have you, we are always looking for new talent to join our ranks. Top talent, along with good grades and eligibility, can help you improve your chances as well. And of course, we also have production spots available. Go to boisestate.edu/esports for more information on how you can join the Broncos. Well, I don't know about you, but we have kind of one more ABC Overwatch match to get to, but I'm going to need to take a break after that because that last fight went on for way too long. So any final thoughts you wanted to share about that?
Not really. Saw some solid gameplay and a good try by Grand Canyon to really hold on to that last point there.
All righty. Well, we'll take a short break. Be back with more Boise State Esports action. Don't go away. We'll be back with more Overwatch after this.
NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. You're rejoining our coverage of Overwatch, Collegiate Overwatch. Right now we're covering ABC Collegiate Overwatch, and Boise State has gotten their first win against Grand Canyon University. Now going to be going up against Northwestern University to see if they can go 2-0 overall tonight in Overwatch. I'm your host, Jacob Jem Palmer. It is great to have you here tonight. And now, this is going to be very special because I already told you tonight's a night where we're honoring a lot of people. Nerdy Bird, classic Overwatch player for BSU, going to be on their way out. But we also have another classic name now joining us up on stage. Paul Soulpan, legendary tank for Boise State Overwatch, became an esports coach himself, is back in town to join us. How are you doing, Soulpan? It has been a while.
It's a whole night of reunions here. We got Pyro, Nerdy, multiple people in the building. Good to see you again, Jem, of course, now on desk, and it's been a good time. Happy to be here.
Yeah, it's going to be great to have you kind of giving a whole different kind of view to Boise State Overwatch because it's been a while, but we have so many great new talent here now. You're in a position, a much more enviable position of getting to critique everyone as an esports coach yourself instead of being under the pressure up there on stage. So I just want to ask you, you kind of came in at the tail end of that past fight. Based on what you saw, how's your mood? What are your initial thoughts seeing the Broncos currently?
The roster has improved a lot. I will say that you call me the legendary tank. I think that already Matt Merck is making a great name as the new legendary tank. The new names, the new roster just looking stronger and stronger here in every single map they play. Really looking forward to what they can bring this season. And I'd heard we got some hype matchups coming up in the coming weeks too. So stay tuned to the Boise State schedule. You're going to see some really awesome matchups in the near future.
Well, the matchup right now is going to be Boise State versus Northwestern University, and also kind of a flashback, a time warp back to when you were in the Overwatch the Overwatch team. And I gotta say, it is just it's quite a journey, isn't there? I'm sure that photo brings back some memories.
It brings back memories of my terrible hair. I didn't know how to style it then. I still don't, honestly. I'm still thinking the buzz cut's the way to go, but I think we've made some improvements.
There's another. That was a fun night, too, back when Wyoming came over to face the Broncos in our own arena. And that was a really fun night. It's kind of all come full circle tonight. I haven't seen this many people back in the arena for quite a while now since events like that. And now we've got a bunch of Nerdy's friends who are going to friends and family joining to kind of send them off with a great note of confidence. And so just seeing everyone back in the arena is so heartwarming to me. But let's get back to the business and how everything is going to go tonight. Let's recap the events, the rules, I should say, for ABC Collegiate Overwatch, just so we know what we got looking forward to. Just like last time, 6v6 Overwatch that we all know, at least until 2 comes out. And we also are going to have best of 3 in Control, Escort, and Hybrid. So no Assault, and everyone's going to be spared from that. Right now, Boise State ready to face off against Northwestern University. Before we get to the game, we have, of course, Doc's keys to the game, the best keys to the game that you can follow. And those are going to be never take a fair fight. That means to take fights in unexpected places, when your opponents are unprepared, and when you can have ability advantages. Doc's keys to the game brought to us by Drop-In Gaming, the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. You can play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Begin your competitive gaming journey. Sign up at dropingaming.com.
Doc is so dedicated to that phrase. I'm not sure how familiar you are, Jem, but Doc's been saying never take a fair fight since about 2015, 2016.
Oh, he's been saying it for a long time.
That phrase, I think, might as well be trademarked to Doc at this point.
Yeah,
anyone else that uses it gets sued instantly.
Well, anyone who's played for Boise State has that phrase, basically tattooed on their mind right now, due to how much. But hey, it often works out, and just like that phrase hasn't changed, the first stage that we're seeing isn't changed from the first map. We're starting out on Oasis yet again.
Classic map. I really like Oasis. I think that it's one of the maps that lends itself to just such unique team compositions. Like this one will be super dive focused. We might get some form of bunker composition in a future map, but for now we're starting off double dive here. Ball Diva on one side into Monkey Diva on the other.
And here we go, ready to start. It looks like In terms of getting to the point first, Boise State not going to be in the blue this time, going to be over on the red. This was the one that Grand Canyon University managed to take away from Boise State. Boise State taking a bit of damage. Chosen going back down to about half health, but manages to heal up. Bizarre very low on health with help of that Orb of Discord. Hida is going to be the first one to get a pick onto Chosen, but Plato answers that back onto Chari Birds. With Caro out of their mech, it's still technically 5-5, but Boise State with that double from Matt Merck and Maxwell is answered back yet again, so 4-4 now as Bagel is trying to meet this Baby Diva as they're taken out of their mech. Isn't able to save a teammate though.
I'm not sure if you caught up, but that was actually so incredibly clutch by Bagel there. Two members bleeding, both the Echo and the Tracer, managing to health pack both of them in that fight to keep them alive. Wasn't so sure on the effectiveness of the Brigette there at the very beginning, but it certainly came back for me.
Boise State just, their supports now, you know, Plato and Chosen can really pop off and make great plays for themselves, even when they're not on one of those more DPS-y oriented supports. Matt Merck trying to get a snipe here from upper ground here. He's going to drop down on that Wrecking Ball. Bizarre also, once again, focused with that Orb of Discord, is going to get very close to their Primal Rage as Matt Merck's going to make some space for themselves, dropping that Minefield as Maxwell down to half health, healed back up. Boise State managing to hold Northwestern University to the choke points here, although one of their members got onto the point at Tracer all by their lonesome, eliminated by Bagel, and exactly what the Brig was meant to do, get those squishies as they try to dive, and there goes Matt taking out Booker. Bizarre also eliminated. Boise State looking pretty good for themselves as the rally only gives them more health.
Yeah, Plato's sitting there on the health pack doing their best to duel out the Ana, but unfortunately Ana plus the health pack managed to keep her alive for a little bit longer than I think he would have liked. Still though, Boise State rolling through this fight. They got ults. You actually burning one here. Maxwell's going to go very, very aggressive on the Tracer to try and farm a quick pulse bomb for another quick pick. Look to deny this push for just a little bit longer, and really at this point in the game, if they can get this thing under 80, it'll be Northwestern with only one push left, and that's why Boise State's fighting so far forward.
And they're going to be able to fight forward a little bit more as that Transcendence is used by Chosen. Self-destruct thrown out by Seaweed. And watch where you are, Chosen. He is taken out. Also a swap over to the Bastion, which, I don't know, Boise State, well, if they're getting in your face, might as well mow them down with a Gatling gun. Northwestern University finding second win on an unexpected Bastion pick.
Yeah, Maxwell on the point will die to stagger out as long as possible. Still now, though, they have to make it back. Managing to stall it for a little bit longer, it'll be 94%, and that is the perfect number already locked in, and they are still grabbing a little bit more percentage here. So Boise State can be very happy with this stall.
They're already to 99%. Sights are brought out by Booker, is able to eliminate Cal. Now Bagel picks up a double, and now Boise State. Plato's going to find himself hit with the Sleep Dart, a stagger that Boise State doesn't want. They can't afford a bit of time right now, though. They're sitting at 99%, so they only need one win here.
Yeah, there is the Primal they're going to have to work through. Bomb also coming online for Hida. So Northwestern has a little bit to work with, but again, 70% to make up here. They cannot give up a single fight. They cannot let Boise State cap, and actually that's going to be a big pick to start out. So Hida making big use of the Pulse Bomb already, and they have a on a boost coming up in just a second too.
I mean, right now it's just Boise State just kind of waiting this out. They can wait for one team fight or two, trying to bait out these ultimates. You can see Matt Merck with that Minefield not using it quite yet because all the other members of Boise State about 50% or above here. Now he throws out the Minefield right into this choke point, and Bizarre's also going to use their Primal Rage. Not going to be able to take out anyone. Instead, Booker is able to eliminate Matt Merck. Cal picking up the pieces by eliminating Hida. Chosen onto Booker. Now Mega Riolu also eliminated, and Boise State has found their footing back onto the point. All they have left is this nano-boosted Winston, who is quickly mowed down. Boise State gets back the point.
Discord Orb will do that. 100% here for Boise State in just a second as the overtime ticks down. Can they make it back in time? Looks like no, as the Transcendence does come out. Chosen reading that one well, then the ultimate will not be burned in vain. He will survive the car, and that's what matters.
Always look both ways before you cross the street. Right now, Boise State doing a great job here. You were talking about kind of that Orb of Discord, and speaking of that, that was kind of the first thing that Boise State, one of the first ones they focused on was Bizarre on that Winston. Boise State Chosen definitely keeping an eye out for the tanks to kind of it seems like in terms of he's doing the call-outs, that's one of the main targets they're going for.
Now, it's a risk of popping the bubble there underneath that tower in the middle of the point. Winston wants to dance on the edge of that bubble, especially against players like Diva, who have technically the projectile that the bubble will eat. But unfortunately, you never know where to go when she's just body blocking you inside that pillar dome, so no way out this time. Comps have changed up a little bit here as a Widowmaker will actually come out for Plato, but mostly still dive oriented with one hit scan being locked in for both teams.
Yeah, I'm not going to forgive Kel for hovering that Roadhog. He knows that that's my favorite hero and is just trying to taunt me at this point. But right now, Wood State getting back onto the point here. Matt Merck staying on this Wrecking Ball, just bowling right into Booker here. I don't know who was expecting them. He is splitting up. He is splitting up Northwestern right now. Matt Merck also getting a double here onto Booker and Bazaar. He is unstoppable. Make Riolu run away. He has to use the sleep dart to stop Matt Merck, but isn't going to be able to stop the onslaught as Chosen picks him up and Boise State gets the point.
Can be very, very happy with that first fight. Matt Merck already 54%. Normally you often see Ball kind of be the one to feed that ultimate charge, but off to such a good start here. Happy with that one. Hiding out in the corner too, playing some cheeky plays to build up those bombs and that minefield as quickly as possible, as one already falling spells a little bit of a disaster here for Northwestern.
Now Bagel, it's just one elimination after the other, just staggering Northwestern out for days. Boise State moves up further here, trying to give Chosen a clearer view here. He isn't going to be able to use his Transcendence, though. Eliminated. Plato getting one pick onto Hida, though, in response. So kind of long range being brought out from both teams with Hida on the Hanzo, Widowmaker on Plato. We'll see which sniper can do better job. And right now, Plato's going to work on the Widow.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal here. The slam plus the Widowmaker. When you can coordinate something like that with your hit scan, it is just such a good play. Just yoinks everyone right out of cover. Already got one pick off of it. There's a fight happening on the point, but a sniper battle happening in the choke. We'll have to see what Plato can do here. Turning to deal with the fight, Trainer to deal with the Hanzo. A little bit trapped out, but picks are just going in favor of Boise State, and this fight is another fight won.
Boise State last time managed to drive it up to 99 before Northwestern could get onto the point, so already looking like they're going to beat that.
Yeah, 30 to 100% last time. We're looking at a clean goose egg here for Boise State. Popping ults in the spawn. They're looking for more. Maxwell just gonna fire away. Doesn't matter where you're looking. Every shot connects. 84%, 85%. It's just looking worse and worse here. They're forced to use ultimates just to get out of spawn as the Primal Rage plus Nano combination comes out. Maxwell's just gonna dip into a corridor though and be just fine here. This corridor on the Monkey will force out the Widowmaker, but the fight's still ongoing here. Multiple picks still going in favor of Boise State as they pick up two more. Bizarre will eventually find Plato, and finally, this might be the fight Northwestern wanted.
It's deja vu right now. Get to 99%, and Northwestern takes the point from you. But Boise State is going to have plenty of time to recover here. Even if they just kind of did use all their ultimates here, they're going to have some time to swap up their comp. And Matt Merck is trying to get back home. Is just going to go right back onto the point, going through every single member of Northwestern University, and slams right into Hida on the Widow. Seaweed answers that back, but Boise State almost has taken it back completely from themselves because the C9 what happened.
It was just really clever positioning from Boise State here. Yes, Northwestern won the fight, but it was Matt Merck on the side with two members of Boise State cleaning people up and preventing them from being able to stack full six on the point, and now quickly taking it back. It's going to be forced to Northwestern. They have to streamline onto this point to hold out for as much percentage as possible. One more member on should be the last one here. Overtime will tick on down, and Boise State takes it with a clean 2-0.
I mean, it's a lot harder to stay on point when a Wrecking Ball is rolling past you so fast that you don't know where he is. Is he in your spawn? Is he in the other team's spawn? You don't know, but Matt Merck is just that fast. Right now you can see there kind of a flashback as we see Michael Fisher alone with Nerdy on desk. Just a ton of great memories. Nerdy has been around with this program just basically almost as long as I have, just since the beginning, and it's going to be quite different just thinking of Nerdy moving on. But of course we want to have one final big send off tonight, and we have a star-studded lineup, great classic players like Soulpan returning, and great new players like Matt Merck, who is quite a great new tank for Boise State. Doc was telling me before this, he was just saying, we got Matt Merck joining us on tank, one of the top tanks, and he wasn't lying.
He looked really, really good in that match. I mean, you just saw some really good awareness multiple times, willingness to burn bombs early in fights to make sure they could utilize his zoning potential to find multiple picks. There was a point he used a palm tree to block the Diva bomb. So just having that heads-up awareness, knowing exactly where to be on the map to make sure he could continuously deny the ability of Northwestern to get to that point, it just looked really, really good. Super early ult charge on the ball as well, 65%, I believe, by the time Boise State was hitting 20% on the point. Exactly where you want to be on the ball.
Yeah, Plato is one of our DPS players, but he was filling in that tank role the previous semester, so I'm sure he's glad as well to be able, I can get back on DPS. I mean, but we all have to pay that due. Sometimes you just got to fill tank for your team. But having a top tank on your team now, Boise State is looking really good. We're going to be taking a short break before we get into the second match of the night, and we'll be back after this short message.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. You're currently watching our coverage of ABC Collegiate Overwatch, and right now Boise State finds themselves up 1-0 at match point in this best of three in Collegiate Overwatch against Northwestern University. We are just about ready to head into Kings Row on Hybrid, and I'm your host, Jacob Jem Palmer, joined by Solpan, an old friend who is back in town and returning for a very special night for us tonight. And Solpan, I know we've been talking a lot tonight about a lot of things that have changed, but what hasn't changed is Kings Row. Very familiar map that we are heading into for Hybrid.
Yeah, always wondering what interesting trick plays we brought up. I think one thing that's interesting about older games like Overwatch is that you think the meta's done developing, and then like someone discovers some new trick or some new way to breach those castle walls. We'll have to see if Boise State brings something unique this game. But honestly, with how they played in that last one, I could just I would expect them just to win up a straight up team fight 6v6. They don't necessarily need to do anything fancy here to take this win.
Well, let's not wait any longer and head right into Kings Row and see if Boise State can't close this out 2-0 against Northwestern University. Boise State, no doubt here, is probably going to be starting out on defense with Northwestern having choice of stage. Boise State most often chooses defense here. And if they're a team that just kind of wants to hold out Northwestern indefinitely, I don't blame them because, like you said, Northwestern couldn't even get the payload here. It's a little bit more difficult on Kings Row, but it's not impossible.
I mean, we've seen full holds on Kings Row before. Usually comes down to getting some pretty interesting timings because, again, Boise State could just stack 6 ults. Whoever's on the attacking side can just stack 6 ults and look for the engage. But we're already into the fight here. So I saw some fire rockets out earlier. Baptiste as well. Lucio going off in the walls, looking to create some disruption in the backline. We'll see what you can do here. Reinhardt charged through with his Zarya bubble. Does mean a whole lot of damage to be coming through here for Boise State. I'm assuming it's Boise State charged through here on the red. Yes, it is indeed. It's a point already just no longer consideration. They're looking to win the fight as they should. Sun Tzu charging forward to the Reinhardt. Takes down everyone. 1 more to go. 2 more to go actually here on the side as Charibos goes down with Seaweed alongside him. And Boise State already looking for those staggers as they charge on forward here through the first team fight.
That's initially going to be our first ace of the game, brought to us by our friends at Esports Tower. Boise State just on their way right now.
Looking to stagger these 4 kills here. It is the 4 versus 5 on this corridor. We'll see what they can do here. Maxall just charging up the beam. Graviton Surge already super close. And Matt Merck with the flank on the Torbjorn will just pick up 2 more. 1 more to go. That's everyone going down here for Northwestern. Kings Row is so snowballing when you let it be. And they don't even have anyone on the payload right now, but they're just dominating the fight. And with the ultimates, they'll farm off this team. They should just sweep straight on through.
Really, at this point, what can Northwestern do? They might have 1 or 2 ultimates to use here, but Boise State, very crucially chosen, always doing his job as the BAP, already has that amp matrix, already charged up for just about every fight.
There is a Reinhardt hiding in the wings here. We'll see what he can do with this shot. He's coming up. It'll be a 3-man with the Blizzard on top of it. Maybe over ulting, but you never know when that Jetter will or won't connect. And still, 1 member on the payload. They have a Graviton Surge to build more ultimates. Multi-core right on top of that could just delete the entire team of Northwestern, and they have to be careful here.
Yeah, Boise State just having so much right now. And they're going to have even more combos to use pretty soon here. They have everything lined up with the CC used, and they're going to use it right there. Graviton Surge, Molten Core just tearing through the other team.
Lucio going to try and get it out of this fight, but no survivors allowed here for Boise State. They just mop them up. Another team kill given on over. But this time, burning the Molten Core off the Graviton Surge, they didn't actually charge many ultimates. They'll be fighting this one dry, but so will Northwestern here on the side as they bring out the Bastion. Which flank will get it? Reinhardt and Zarya, the duo actually pick up the Bastion nice and early here. An amazing immortality field, going to keep Reinhardt alive in the spawn. And they will lose a few members here, but they're still picking up progress. They pick up the tick on the cart. They're still just pushing on through here. Reinhardt stuck in the corridor, looking for a charge potentially. As on the other side it is Matt Merck finally going down. Reinhardt going to pick up the Ana, just trapped underneath this bridge. Will finally go down with the Zarya. And there's only 1 member on the cart to hold it down for Boise State, but easily going to pull off this retreat, regroup of 6, and look to clean this one up with 5 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, at this point, Boise State already looking at a very hefty overtime. They're just going to have just one more fight to wrap things up, and here we go.
Earth Shatter comes out again, another 3-man. The charge not going to connect because that character just got deleted before it could even pin him. Sun Tzu getting back to the cart. No one's on it though. 1 member, 2 members will stack on up. The turret does come out. Reinhardt holding it down, waiting for another cheeky pin to come out. Fire Strike will come through to get some damage down. Looking for the pin. It will be onto the Widowmaker as the healers going so low here. Immortality Field in your own spawn to keep you alive. Still not going to be enough. They'll sweep them through. 419 on Kings Row, a Boise State classic.
That's just...
textbook.
You just want to kind of give up right here, too. I mean, look, when you see the timer move up from the initial 4 minutes, you're having a bad time.
Initiating.
This is a fairly clean sweep here. Yeah, you never want to see the timer increase on that screen, as Northwestern has 4 minutes now to break past this first point and try and replicate what Boise State has done here to bring this one to overtime. But I'm assuming we're in the best of 3 here. It's not looking great for Northwestern.
Yeah, everything's just kind of in Boise State's favor right now. It always seems like the best thing they had that final round is like they were doing so well in managing their ultimates. They always had a combo. They always had the CC ultimate and they had the damage ultimate to use that. That's why they got, 2 aces that round.
I mean, 2 full team kills. They just wiped through them. And again, you see the snowball's potential of Kings Row is just so incredibly strong. When you die on that first point, you have to get back. If Boise State's taking a forward position like that, you'll never make it out of that little corridor alive, and they'll just continue to snowball through the map. Northwestern, of course, it is Kings Row. You have the chance to replicate that, so we'll see what they can bring out here to first siege past this first point, but also they have to make the same snowball happen if they want to have any amount of success. And Boise State setting up for some shenanigans already.
3, 2,
It looks like they're just in that sort of mood here. We'll just have to wait and see how long the wait is.
I'm not sure if it connected, but man, did it look cool. 1-for-1 so far here as Matt Merck does go down there, but Sun Tzu's so far forward on the Reinhardt, you'll also fall. They're going to have to get back onto the point now here in the 4 versus 4. And Merck's popping over to Widowmaker. They are holding Northwestern in their spawn, so despite multiple picks being given over, they're not taking advantage of the positioning on the map. The points aren't even being contested yet, so Boise State might have time to make it back to try and contest this one, as one more will fall out to Bagel on the Lucio. The faster members, of course, but again, Boise State forced back into the corridor. They'll pick up 1 to trade back so far. Giving up a tick, it looks like. Gonna be what they need to do. The sleep, gonna deny the pin, but everything is still turning up in the favor of Boise State in the kill feed. Hanzo traded over. That's gonna be Kel going down. A nice block there on a nade. He's forced into a corner. No one will support the supports. And finally, Sun Tzu will make it back to this, make it back to heal on up. And Ana still managing to remain alive in that corner, will eventually go down to Maxwell, but it looks like they're just finding staggers here across the board. Boise State bringing this one down 2 minutes and 50 seconds already.
And one thing you can tell here that Boise State is having a fun time is they've actually swapped over to secondary roles from everyone. We have Gob on tank as well as Kel swapping over to DPS, so everyone having some fun mixing things up here.
What do you call it? Happy gaming is the way I think the League of Legends community likes to say it. Just having a good time.
Happiness.
Happy gaming,
That's
yeah.
not supposed to exist in competitive video gaming.
We'll see if Boise State can make a happy Reinhardt happen here, as they do have an anal boost available. But I might just go on Zarya here as she gets fully charged up. Chosen just kiting back here towards the point. Bubble is down on the ground. Does come out with an anal boost. Gonna keep everyone alive with an amazing grenade on top of it all. Boise State gonna mop on through. I believe that's gonna be the team kill again. 3 in a row. Can they make it 4? They only got 2 minutes to pull it off.
I really don't think it's going to be that much of a problem as they're going to use the infrared sights here, give them a bit more utility. Although I don't know how useful that utility is going to be when basically they're already holding them to the point.
They're bullying them. They're hiding in their base. They don't want to come out. Finally, the blade's going to come out. What can Genji find? I think, is that a sleep? Oh, that's not like Genji. It's okay. It was just the Doomfist blade, I think.
He was cut off that his audio cue didn't make it all the way through. So even if he didn't get hit with the sleep dart, he pulled out the blade and then got mowed down.
A little bit sad there for the Genji, but I mean, you're fighting for your lives here against Boise State, who's just keeping you in your spawn. You gotta ult, you gotta find something here. Widow will go down. This might create an opening for Northwest. We'll see if they can utilize it. Bazaar picks up 1 there on the Reinhardt. Now going to try and make the fight happen. 4 versus 5. He ended up picking up the Tracer. So now Boise in the 4 versus 6. They're going to have to make this fight happen quick if they want to try and take this point. But Reinhardt just charges through and hasn't gone down yet. That'll be Ana picking up 1. Sun Tzu will fall. Doomfist coming on in with the bubble. Going to build up a lot of charge for their Zarya. But Maxwell just eats the damage with his own bubble. So be fine here on the point. Now flanking on the Zarya. Cleans up Reinhardt. Holding it down so low here. No one can get past the Zarya on the point. Off tanks still in the meta for now in Overwatch 1. Maxwell just mopping this one up.
The Doomfist tries to dive in on the Zarya, and Maxwell just goes, thank you. It just eats it all up, and it's all charged up and ready to go.
There is a Graviton Surge available and online for Northwestern. They get Graviton, Nano Ryan, look for some kind of combo here, but honestly, Boise State just playing so scattered. Chosen frontline on the Ana. 18 seconds left here to make something happen. Crash down indeed, as I don't think that ulted a single person. Matt Merck just going to play Zone Man here on the Widow. Keep him off the point for 9 seconds. Can he do it solo? I don't think so. Looks like Northwestern will manage to take one on into overtime. 2 seconds remain here. Matt Merck hiding here on the Widow, looking to pick up at least 1 or 2 more kills. Might get actually out dueled here. The Matt Merck forced to grapple out of this situation. Doomfist looking to land a shot here. One more would have done it, but no. Given that one up in Northwestern has actually managed to take the point. The hubris of Boise State bleeding through here as they will give this one up to Northwestern.
I don't know about you, but the term solo queue mentality is kind of applied here.
Yeah, it was one of those, you have a bug on you, Reinhardt ultimates into the ground. It was Widow ulting with the entire enemy team in spawn, so not a whole lot of intel actually gained off that. I might say some low value ultimates to Boise State, but hey, you know what, Northwestern, they didn't take a fair fight there. They managed to take a point, so good on them.
Nita starting things off right with the pick onto Maxwell. That's the first time Northwestern has really started things off. Might be able to get through the payload here. Tried to, that was, I was hoping for that one. I wanted to see a key mine from the Junkrat.
Yeah, a little bit difficult to hit those projectiles on mid-air targets, but Farah doing a good job holding this one down. Boise State still playing this one so far forward though. Looks like I'm going to try and lock them in their spawn again, just spamming projectiles through that spawn door. Oh, Doomfist straight onto the trap, just gets dropped. This Matt Merck will try to hold this one down in the choke. He's got Zarya bubbles, he's got some support to try and do this one, but most likely going to be forced out here as far looking to pelter him from the sky. Will go down and the mines won't pick up anyone.
I mean, I understand why Matt Merck in this situation is just sticking on that Junkrat. Sure, it's not the best matchup against the Pharah, but you cannot deny there's no better feeling than when you actually line it up right and actually take out the Pharah with the Junkrat.
Oh yeah. Bagel here playing some Reddit Lucio, looking to pick up Mercy as mid-air, will eventually fall. And finally, Boise State will just get wiped off the map, and this might be the chance for Northwestern to get yet another tick on this point. We'll see if they've wisened up to their tricks just yet. They're kind of still kiting back here. We'll have to see if they can hold off the push from Northwestern for just a little bit longer.
Well, the good thing for Matt here is he's going to have a lot more natural cover to kind of duck in and out here. Kel's going to throw out that pulse bomb and takes a big
Brigette going down, that's supposed to be your counter. As Kel now arrived on the Tracer, picking up 1, picking up 2. Doomfist will fall as 3, 4 go down for Northwestern. Boise State looking to clean them up off the payload here. 10 seconds left on this one. There is a ball hiding, but Bazaar's been found out. He'll go down. No one remains on the map for Northwestern, and I don't think they can make it back in time for this one.
That is going to do it. Boise State winning 2-0. Just a bit of shenanigans to end things out there. Great win for Boise State, winning that one 2-0. Going to be heading into the final match tonight with a lot of momentum on their side. Well, Soulpan, now's normally the time I ask player of the game, but we've actually got a live match coming up here on the other end of this break, so we're just going to have to toss it over to break pretty soon, be ready to jump back in with all the action. But before we get to, actually no, we're just going to get into it right now. So we'll be back on the other side of this break with the live match tonight. Chance to honor Nerdy, a very classic player, and a lot of great stuff you're not going to want to miss after this break. So stay tuned. We'll be back after this.
NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. You've just seen Boise State get 2 back-to-back victories in ABC Collegiate Overwatch, and now the mood shifts tonight of one of reminiscing, because as we said, this is going to be the final night that Artie Nerdy Bird Rain joins us for competition. A classic Overwatch player since the very early days, and one of their teammates, as you can see in that picture, joining them tonight is Sopan to help join us for a bit of reminiscing. I'm host Jacob Palmer. Sopan is joining me as the co-host. Sopan, it's really now's the time to kind of look back and just kind of give Nerdy their credit as someone who has been in this program for so long.
Yeah, that's Paul Solpan Hall of Famer to you, Mr. Jones.
Oh,
so.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And
yes,
Nerdy is soon to join me in that lovely bit in the hallway. If you ever, I don't think we have any cameras out there, but if you ever walk through the Boise State Arena, you'll see all the pictures of players who have graduated through the program. And Nerdy's soon to join me up on that wall. Again,
along with someone else that you didn't mention.
Pyro, and you, and Paul, and a few others. There have been a few others.
Well, as Nerdy gets set to, sort of rotate out, we actually have a lot of people who have gotten to know Nerdy over their long career in collegiate esports and want to wish them well as they move on with the next stage of their life. And so starting out with one of the people involved with Esports Tower, here are some well wishes for Nerdy.
You brought your knowledge, skill, and passion for playing to the caster's booth. Enjoy your retirement game and know that we're excited to still have you bringing that arty sparkle to the Esports Tower Rumble.
Nerdy, without a doubt, you've been one of the most impressive esports players that I have been fortunate enough to have had the pleasure to coach. I remember when we started, like every other player on the team, you had a lot to learn. However, you picked things up so quickly and took things to a level that both surprised me and spoiled me in what to expect from other players in the future. I know that it wasn't easy at all. However, from your communication, decision-making skills, awareness, casting, and especially your leadership skills, you've not only become an exceptional player and teammate, but also applied many of these things to become an exceptional person and deserve to be celebrated as an example, not only to show how someone can succeed in esports, but a shining example of how someone involved in esports can and should be like. Thank you, Nerdy, for allowing me to be a part of your growth. And I hope that you can teach others how to tackle some of the same challenges you faced and accomplished half as much as you have.
What's up, Nerdy Bird? It's Ubi here from the Overwatch League with a message of congratulations from Doc Haskell on your tenure, of course, as a Boise State Bronco. I've been told that you've done more than anyone else to promote positive stereotypes in collegiate sports. So thanks for being a fantastic example. Thank you for your contributions, not only to the collegiate scene, but sort of the wider esports scene, as collegiate is such an important inflow, I think, into sort of further competitive gaming. And best of luck to you as you carry on towards your doctorate, and hopefully you still remain involved in gaming in a deep way in the future. All the best.
Hi Nerdy Bird, Garvey from Twitch here. It's really been amazing and truly a pleasure to watch your professional and personal growth over the years at Boise State. I want to congratulate you for all your hard work and the inspiration that you've given us all, and wish you the best of luck as you pursue your doctorate. Can't wait to see you again. Thank you for everything.
You are the best. I'm really bummed that I can't be there tonight for this event, but you're going to be great. You've been an outstanding player and a leader and a caster. You've done it, like everything that you can do in the program. So I'm really excited that this is going to be your big finish, that you get to finish and have a great last game on the stage as you get ready to pick up your master's degree and walk across that, that stage in just a couple months. And that you get to finish with a big game. We're so proud of you. So enjoy the opportunity to play with a great team, to be in great competition, and just enjoy. You're not going anywhere. You're around the program every day, but enjoy this big final walk off, and look down the line, look at your teammates, and just remember that special moment, because it is pretty special, getting to do what you get to do. You rock.
This is David Adams, CEO of Esports.
And there you see it, graduating with their undergrad in GIM in 2020, now is going to be graduating with a master's in educational technology. Such a staple name really here in Boise State esports. And as Doc said, they've been involved with Boise State esports so deeply that it's going to be hard to imagine Boise State esports without them. And they will still stick around to be involved, I'm sure. But it is a great time to just acknowledge one of the best players and casters, as someone who's casted with Artie regularly. It's always a delight, and so just a thank you from me as well for everything that Nerdy has done for this program. And we're going to be ready to kind of commemorate it all with sort of a special match against, of course, the most classic name in all of Collegiate Overwatch, UC of Sunnydale, University of College, just one of the premier names I'm sure you're well aware of, Solpan.
I honestly haven't heard much about them myself, but I'm excited to see what they can do here against the Boise State roster. We just saw 2 amazing matches played already. We know that Boise State's coming prepared, and I'm hoping that UC Sunnydale can do the same to them.
Well, we'll just have to see how it works out. Once again, this is Boise State versus UC Sunnydale in Collegiate Overwatch. I'm sure we will see no shenanigans whatsoever, no final big send-offs here. This will be the most serious and meta-defined Overwatch match we will ever see. And we're going to start it out on a very familiar site this semester. Legion basically been opening this up almost every match here.
And I like to see this one already. And I see a D.Va in the blue over there. Again, we don't know which side each of these teams is on just yet. But if we don't get Nerdy Bird on D.Va every single one of these matches, I will be severely disappointed. I'm expecting at least one 6-man D.Va bomb set up here for Boise State. We got to have it one, you got to go out with a bang. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, go with a literal bang. Of course, yes, it is Nerdy on the D.Va. So I want to see one, like a firework in the sky, one great self-destruct here. We're going to see right now just trying to knock them right off the edge. Of course, Bagel being just like he is, trying to steal the thunder with an environmental right off of the edge. Sark trying to even things up, but Boise State with 2 picks from Sunzu and Frost look like they're going to be the first ones to take the point.
Yeah, they're picking up the pack there on the side as well. Sombra very, very potent on this map, and the point will be unlocked and start to get contested here. Have been trades back and forth across the map so far in this game, but it looks like it will be Boise State first to the point, first to start getting some percentage there on the board, and it'll be UC Sunnydale forced to walk across the bridge of doom here against the Lucio. We'll see what Bagel can do to get a few more of these environmentals.
I mean, he still has that boop on cooldown, off the cooldown, I should say. But Sark been the one to kind of even things up with a double here. Now their Lucio is going to get hacked, and he is mowed down, but that might be the only thing. Nerdy is able to take them out, as well as Frost picking up their other support, so without some healing, maybe UC Sunnydale loses the point here.
Sark hitting a good headshot there. No, Sun Tzu!
no.
You should have studied a little bit more on the Art of War there, as you forgot about the critical moment being recalled over the edge. They didn't put that one in the books. Bagel here on the point, stalling out for as long as possible. They'll actually hit 40%. Winston to the window. Plato's going to quickly go down. They are giving over a bit of ult charge here, but they're happy to just delay for as long as possible. It's Frost hacks McCree. I'm sorry, Cole Cassidy there out of the ultimate, keeping him on the point for just a little bit longer. Full 50% to Boise State, and they're not done just yet. Still stalling on the point. It's Bagel back on in. Frost hiding in the wings, waiting for their turn as Winston already on Plato, still just stalling out for as long as possible. 62%. This is absolutely brutal for UC Sunnydale. Another one picked up by Frost here as Sark goes down. Ball spinning out here on the point. Multiple ults coming out. The bomb does come through. Diva point, no way! Onto the point there to stall out for even longer. 74%. Nerdy Bird clutching up here on the hill as the Moira ultimate will come out. Everything coming online to keep Boise State alive. 81%, and they've actually flipped this one on its head as UC Sunnydale is routed. They will claim this one. 87%. They didn't even manage to flip this one. Bagel coming up so clutch there.
There goes a hack, is going to already pick up 3 for UC Sunnydale. Bagel very low on health. That's the other Bagel that you have to say a little bit longer to differentiate. There goes Death Blossom right out on point. It's going to get mowed right down by Plato. Nerdy also taking Andro right out of their mech with a final punch to the face saying, hey, I'm the better diva here. I'm going to claim the point for Boise State. And a great showing by the Broncos to pick up this first game.
Whew. What a way to start it out. UC Sunnydale couldn't do what the Broncos did best, which is just stall, stall, stall there on that point. A full 100 straight on through. They win the first fight. They continue to stall out with the Lucio, and they just kick butt there.
And the one thing that I like here is that we in fact have 2 Bagels here. We've got Bagel and Bagel. So it's really a fight of seeing which one is fresh out of the oven and which one's gone a little stale. That's the fight that we want to see.
I'm gonna have to say fresh out of the oven is Bagel. And this Tank Bagel, otherwise known as Bagel, has got to be that one.
You know,
very,
I mean, if you're saying Bagel, you know, that's like you saw it and you're noticing that like there's a little mold on the edge, so it's like Bagel. I'm not sure.
Better Bagel wins. It's a Bagel flip kind of game. We're gonna start on this one a little bit more brawly. We don't expect necessarily to see the Diva. Can eat a lot of those particles streaming on towards the team in those corridors, but again, we'll have to see what both these teams are trying to run to meet up in the middle. It will be UC Sunnydale a little bit later than Boise State here. Managed to get there a little bit earlier. It's going to be Arissa here for Sunnydale. We'll see if that manages to change things up a little bit. Doomfist punching on through in this corridor. No one going down just yet. Double shield out for UC Sunnydale, but it's not going to protect him for too long. Frost picking up one. Plato getting another here on the hog. So they continue to shove on through. They don't have a May to wall this choke point off, but they might just not need it. Nerdy Bird trying to farm up a Diva mech back here with just the pistol. Gonna get pulled on in and go down there. That's one way to get your mech back. We're setting back in spawn as the rest of Boise State gonna try and hold UC Sunnydale at this choke, just spamming projectiles at these shields to keep them there. Plato hook blocked by the shield being forced out of this one. They do have the Lucio for the disengage option as they continue to just heal up and back out of this fight. Frost will go down there. Multiple players for Boise State dropping. This might be the point going on over, but I've seen them stall out this point before. See if they can do it a second time. Nerdy Bird has arrived here on the Diva, booping people off the point, finding a few kills, eating those projectiles up. Bagel looking for targets here on the Lucio, acquiring whatever he can. Plato can pick up one with the whole hog there. Andromedus on the other side. That's Sigma picking up one, and they will flip the point. UC Sunnydale is on the board.
Wow, Boise State still managing to hold the point here, even though UC Sunnydale going to get up to about 10. Nerdy also was taken out of their mech, but managed to get enough damage to get back into the mech, so that was a great hold there as well. Of course, that only raises the question, you know, the best-known Baby Diva main is Doc himself, so we might have to get a little bit of a showdown in terms of that.
Hard to beat for sure, but looks like Boise State has managed to hold on and come online here. Bomb coming out very early for UC Sunnydale. Boise able to just burn all the disengage options to escape this one, and now they've rezzed a Junkrat in the back line. We'll see if Sun Tzu can manage to sneak on in. Nerdy Bird left alone on the front line, though. No one here to deal some damage and zone out the team as UC Sunnydale will stream on in. Bagel to stall for the point again, 61% here on the Lucio. Lucio, a rock to the face takes him out. Bagel drops, and now it's Plato on the back line. Multiple members of Boise State flanking, perhaps too many, you might say. They're just going to come out for Frost to stall out, but actually just be forced out as Frost with lots of shield should manage to stay alive as Boise State looks to regroup and take this point once again.
Ooh, very low on health. Bagel, Plato eliminated by him. And there goes a Riptide who's going to be thrown out by Sun Tzu. Art of War indeed. That is a masterpiece. Getting a double there picked up by Frost and Bagel as well. That is an ace for Boise State. Great job by the Broncos.
Sun Tzu indeed. The Art of War coming online there as Boise State wins the war on all fronts. Nerdy Bird diving the Hanzo on the side. A tire up the middle and just picks across the board as now UC Sunnydale charging up the middle once again. They got ultimates online. There is a Diva Bomb here, and that's a tight little corridor. We'll see if they manage to utilize this one. Diva Bomb gonna come out. How many will it pick up? Let's take out the shields here, and actually getting stunned up with the mech. Not great here for Boise State. It's looking a little bit tough, but there is a beat keeping them alive, and they will, despite the best efforts of UC Sunnydale, win the fight. There is a Sigma that's managed to filter onto the point here in the 1 versus 1 against Plato. Make that a 2 versus 1. Quickly joined by Bagel here on site. 99%. It's Boise State taking this one 2-0.
Great job by the Broncos all around here. Now's the chance here that we get to see if the game also decided to agree with us who gets it. It's going to be Sun Tzu, no doubt, with what we were referring to, the Art of War masterpiece here. Oh, that's where the Reptile was from. I was wondering where he was.
It's Sun Tzu with a steel chair from the top ropes. Dropping it down. So much damage here for Boise State. And, you know, Junkrat in those 2 corridors, it was UC Sunnydale not having a Diva of their own to eat some of those bombs, and they really could have used one.
And there is Nerdy. We were talking about them being able to play the Diva. And speaking of plays of the game, that is not the only play of the game. I do believe production earlier we loaded into VT5 kind of a key Nerdy play as well on the Diva. So in the light of reminiscing tonight, I think we can pull that up when we can. So if we have it right now, I think it is.
And deal damage.
Here it is.
Trying to stay safe from that Genji, and down the Genji goes. Boise State turns that fight around, and that was another Genji blade. That Genji is on fire, though. Picking up 3 ultimates in 3 fights, really making it happen. Oh, no! Nerdy Bird! That was incredible!
Probably the best way to get
Will she
rid
finally
of
get
the
her play of the
you know
game?
what I mean?
And now they don't even need to sit on the...
And deal
I gotta say, best way to get rid of a Far Mercy.
Yeah, there's Infinity flying out there. You know what? Just throw the biggest possible bomb at him.
And you know what was so perfect? Just the perfect flare from Nerdy as well with the spray at the very end there. I mean, everything was lined up so well there. So we're just having a bunch of fun tonight, honoring Nerdy as they get ready to move on with the next stage of their life and still be involved with Boise State esports, of course, moving forward. But I think we're going to throw it to a short break right now before we head into the second match. Boise State currently leading against UC Sunnydale. We've got lots more ad techs coming up. We'll be back after this.
NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. You are currently watching Boise State's match against the well-known UC Sunnydale in Collegiate Overwatch, of course, honoring Nerdy Bird in their final Overwatch competitive showing here for Boise State Esports as they get ready to move on with the next stage of their life, getting their Masters in Educational Technology. It has been a fun night all around. I'm your host, Jacob Jem Palmer, being joined by Soulpan, another classic name in Boise State Esports. Now we're getting ready to head into stage 2 of our best of 5, bringing up Havana. So tell us, what are your thoughts on this particular stage?
All that I think of is goats, honestly, but Havana will forever to me be the ultimate anti-pirate ship map. It's the only map where the defending team can come out with a Bastion, Orisa, and Baptiste, and I don't think it gets run as often, and I'd honestly expect Boise State to run something more divey and sniper heavy. But again, it's always the option. I love the fact that this map has unique strategies that play into it. Kind of similar to the same thing that excites me so much about King's Row. There's just that possibility that something weird happens on the map.
Well, I'm sure this has been kind of a nice final send-off with a lot of shenanigans, I'm sure, still ready to be made. And Boise State going up against UC Sunnydale here in Collegiate Overwatch. Boise State leads 1-0. We're just about ready to jump in right now. It sounds like everyone's making their selections. And here we go. Looks like Boise State, if they are still in the blue, are going to be the ones defending first.
Yeah, I see a Reinhardt, but I do not see Bastion, so not a super cheesy strat out here for Boise State, but we'll have to see what they can do. Still looks like they've managed to lock in the Zarya, so we won't get the Diva Bombs this game, at least on this point.
We're just waiting to see. Also, it looks like it might be the close hold that is being brought out here. Close hold indeed. So we actually see a Doomfist getting in a little bit of a fight with Gravity.
Yeah, it's the classic roof. I mean, this is also part of the strat was that Pharah could infinitely fly on top of this roof. Of course, UC Sunnydale should hear the Doomfist up above. They might know something's up, and they'll actually approach the other side door. Reinhardt won't get a cheeky pin, and it's actually Nerdy Bird on the Hanzo, so lots of change-ups that I wasn't expecting here for this match.
Pelting a bunch of damage onto Bagel. And our Bagel is going to get the first pick onto Sark. Nerdy moves in here. Boise State going for the close hold. Having to see what route UC Sunnydale wants to take, because once you get pinned in on this close hold, it is not a fun time.
Yeah, there's lots of members trapped in spawn right now. Hanzo arrows coming out to just detect whatever side they're coming out through. Nerdy Bird with a headshot there, straight on a Zenyatta, unexpectedly picking off the support. Completely catching him off guard here. UC Sunnydale looking to find a way out of this spawn, but just cannot get through the barrage of arrows here from Nerdy Bird. Another one jumping on up, not going to get taken out by anything. It's Bagel just popping off on the kill feed. There's Neighbor picking up another. Both supports going over to the sniper here for Boise State. Does not miss on this bow and arrow, finding every head they need here. And Neighbor able to look for the retreat, getting under these pillars. Scout out with another arrow and just continue to hold this team in their spawn.
Waiting to make the next move here. Ooh, that's a lot of damage being placed onto UC Sunnydale. They still haven't found their way out, whereas Bagel is just being such a menace, getting right in their faces. He's now going to use the Meteor Strike, probably to hop over to the other side of the building.
This Bagel just dancing back and forth on this building again. The wall comes out from Plato to keep him in the spawn. No one manages to escape. I don't even think UC Sunnydale has managed to touch this payload just yet. Sunnybird getting into a sniper duel there as both will look for the retreat. Shield coming out here on the Orisa. Might be Bagel actually looking to claim some territory on the map now. Getting tagged up there on the Orisa. The Immortality Field gets dropped and immediately taken out there by Nerdy Bird. So the enemy dragons do come out, chosen to the backline, looking for multiple targets here on the Reinhardt. A nice headshot there placed on the Bagel. Nerdy Bird picking up the kill credit for that one, as the dragons are now online. But what will they do with them? Another kill going over to Nerdy Bird as Cosmosis actually baits out the Zenyatta ultimate on top of it all. So it's not looking good for Sunnydale here as Shark sneaks an arrow past the shield, picking up 3. That might be a play of the game, sneaking on its way through for UC Sunnydale.
I might get a Hanzo ego battle here.
We're going to look to hold on to this one, though. This is a payload just now starting to push through.
Although the ultimate revenge would be this Dragon Strike, which Nerdy has had for a little bit while. Might no doubt use it here as Sark continues to be a menace.
That was the ultimate they would have liked to combo with. Maxall goes down, and now UC Sunnydale starting to gain some ground. Bagel on the other hand, pulling out the ultimate there on the Orisa to bring up the bomb, bring up some damage. Bagel. Our Bagel into the back line. Looking here on the Doomfist to get some punches up there on the second story, but not going to find anything as they all go down on the payload. Stalling it out for as long as possible, though they do still have the option here. Plato going to try and sneak onto the payload, I would imagine, in just a second to stall up for even longer. Chosen drops the ultimate. Actually picks up one there onto the Cole Cassidy himself, Chosen. Nice Earth Shadow to pick up 2 and clean it up just a little bit here for Boise State. We'll see what they can do now to recontest this payload. They do have 5 online, but no Reinhardt. Sorry, going to be forced to solo tank this one out as one will fall there. That's Plato going down. Here comes the Dragon Strike. This is what they wanted, and it will find 2. Man, immediately picked up there by Nerdy Bird. Kel on the side picking up 1 more. Some residual damage done by those dragons, I'm sure, as Maxwell now here in the duel on tanks on the top side will eventually go down to Sigma. But point just might be given up here for Boise State. They're still trading back and forth, but they're going to have shorter respawn timers here on UC Sunnydale. Going to try and make it back there. It's Sigma touching the point and immediately knocked off and taken out by Plato. Point slowly ticking forward here. They do have both hamsters online and available to try and force this one out, but they're actually contesting the payload. 2 meters to go. Can Sunnydale find this first cap? They're all over the payload. Boise State might just have enough to hold this one down. High Noon going to quickly be forced out. No one gets picked up by that one. Plato holding this one down on the point. On the Lucio just going crazy in the backline here. Time quickly going out, almost end up C9 the point there, and eventually it will be given up. Boise State give up a tick to UC Sunnydale.
I have to hand it to a dramatist there. When the combo was going to be used from Boise State, the combo Graviton Surge and the Dragon Strike, you saw Andromeda's counter with the Gravitic Flux, basically predicting where Nerdy was going to line up to use the Dragon Strike.
Good heads-up play there for sure by the Sigma. But Boise State currently has 2 members diving the backline. It's Lucio and Ball. An unlikely duo, but they're forcing so much attention from UC Sunnydale off this front line and off this payload that they're just continuing to stall for time here. 1 minute and 51 seconds on the clock, and they haven't moved this payload off this second tick at all. UC Sunnydale just now making it to it. Plato continuing to ignore the members on payload and just says, you know what, I don't care. I'll camp the people in the spawn. As, again, the Ball Maxall just picks up 2 more on their own. So many targets falling here for Boise State. As Chosen will switch on over to the Diva. And the Ball from UC Sunnydale forced out. That's Bagel running away from the fight here as they know she cannot stand up to the pressure that Boise State is bringing right now. Bagel looking on the Doomfist on the point. Will pick up Cole Cassidy there immediately on the payload. Now just stalling out the point. They're trying to deny the movement here as much as possible. Throwing Baptiste into the air, going to go straight into the Doomfist ultimate on top of the roof. Trying to stay alive. A nice hop up there. Bunch going to go wide. It might just lose the duel here out to the support, and they will. A nice play there by Unchained to find one from UC Sunnydale.
Ooh, and moving back. Here we see Nerdy just waiting for the right moment to use this Dragon Strike. Not going to quite use it yet. Maxo also has the minefield to also use. Going to drop that. Could prove to be very beneficial in these narrow, close quarters. Nerdy doing a great pick onto Sar to stop that flank, and also throws out the Dragon Strike, having to deal with this Hog, though, but it's going to get some reinforcements from the rest of the Broncos, but not able to take out the Hog.
Eventually going down there, Nerdy fighting through the Hog, healing on top of that Mega Pack as well. So a lot of help did come through to keep that Hog alive, but in the end they do end up going down. UC Sunnydale now has to filter onto this point, 15 seconds out. They've got a lot of ground to cover still here on this checkpoint. So hard to push through the stalling potential here of Boise State just with the team composition they have. Chosen to drop the Diva Bomb, goes into the taunt on top of it, and will pick up Septilence there on the Moira. Going down there. Still has the mech online as well, but looks like they want to try and play this one out in mini Diva form. Someone's on the point here for UC Sunnydale. Eventually they get taken on out. That'll be Kel holding down the backline with Nerdy Bird here, as they just need to pick off a few more targets. The time just getting lower and lower here on the overtime counter. Ball gonna make it back barely in time to keep this one going. Overtime will eventually take down, though. That's Boise State holding them at the half. UC Sunnydale gonna have to pull up a strong defensive position here.
Score.
Well, we have seen full holds here, and it is a question maybe if UC Sunnydale goes for the same close hold that Boise State did. But considering that Boise State used that strategy, they might be a little bit better prepared for it. And was this the yeah, this is what I was talking about. This is what I like to play. There's just so much thinking ahead here. You see right here, the combos all lined up for the Broncos. Nerdy is ready to do the Dragon Strike, but as soon as Nerdy drops down, the Gravitic still picks up the doubles. Still picks up the double, though.
Solo ult with the Gravitic Flux, that's 100% worth. You take that every single time. Gravitic Flux lands only onto your DPS, that still cleans up too. That's big worth. That's a big time worth.
Boise State now ready to make their offensive push here.
It looks like they're bringing the Hog and Ball here. I do see a Mercy in spawn, but, you know, whenever you get the defenders in spawn, they're locking in heroes. I never trust it. I'm sorry. Overwatch has given me trust issues with funky picks because you just never know when they're going to swap off of it. Because they can do it at any time in the game. They might even walk out of spawn and be like, ah, just kidding. I got you. And you're all excited for nothing. But we'll have to see what kind of composition they end up running here. As UC Sunnydale doesn't look like they're going for the full hold Bastion strat on their own. Looks more like a double sniper kind of setup here. You do have the Ball on the side, Hanzo as well, and a Sigma all sitting up on this high ground to try and just pelt her down at Boise State.
Here goes Boise State. Nerdy is going to be moving on to the Pharah here. Unfortunately, Plato is picked up by Under on the Zen, so already that pocket is gone along with the damage boost. We'll see how Nerdy can do without it right now. Still making space for themselves and making sure Boise State isn't getting close held here, so still managing to survive. And Plato now has come back online, is giving Nerdy the damage boost. Ooh, a lot of damage being placed there onto Septed, look like.
Yep, the Mercy here is a bold pick. I mean, you're playing essentially into 3-hit scan here with the Zenyatta orb plus everything else, but still making this pick work. Look at the zoning this Pharah is causing to the side of UC Sunnydale, just forced back into their spawn. So much space taken by Boise State here as they can even just filter on forward. One more picked up by Nerdy Bird here on the side. Look for the flank angle now as McCree forced back into spawn. Take that, hit scan players, as the projectiles do reign supreme here on this point.
A good bit of payback for the Mercy pick early on.
Absolutely. Now looking on the side here, still looking to chase on forward. Building up barrage at 50% is an option, especially here in these tight corridors. Can look for something sneaky, but gonna go down there. No Mercy to support. The damage was just not there.
There it is.
Now coming back online. Plato getting the res. And Nerdy Bird is back online here to harass this Brigette as he tries to make it to the point. 3 rockets directed. Take that, supports. And now the point contested here, and Boise actually hasn't taken this one yet.
I mean, you gotta hand it to Nerdy for doing so well. Like you said, it's tempting fate with so many hit scan from UC Sunnydale, but it's still finding a way to make it work.
Yep, the point here now. Nerdy Bird looking to try and take this one. Mercy is down, and so will Farah also fall. Boise State not going to cap, and unfortunately, they'll pay for it. 2 meters to go. They were so dang close, but in the end, just could not pull that one off. Chosen actually flicking away from that defensive field from the Sigma, making sure he doesn't feed him too much shield, but will go down. And there is a sneaky Tracer potentially looking for the backdoor here. That seed animation giving him the third-person perspective, but Bagel won't find anything. A nice sticky, though. Not going to find any kills just yet, but forced out of the fight. Going to take out Ball, force out that E cooldown that is critical for that tankiness. Justice range from above, but not for long, as anybody will fall there on the point. Boise State getting forced off of this one as Kel now looking to pick up the Sigma here.
Ooh, the Sigma!
Everything they can to try and force them out. Graviton Surge also going to come out. Or sorry, Gravitic Flux rather, going to come out with the mines as Boise State just cannot touch the payload right now. They might pay for everything they've done, push too far forward in their base, and UC Sunnydale is taking full advantage here. Eventually going to pick up Bagel there on the ball, and they will eventually get the point with Nerdy Bird switching over to Soldier.
And also taking the time for the emote as well.
You gotta. You force the ball out. You got a victory here. You
I like it. The
Why not?
Full form here.
Oh, yeah.
And also, it's going to have this Mercy Pocket to do a ton of damage here with the Soldier. It's going to try the flank route here. Going to put a lot of damage through that doorway, but still not quite being eliminated as the healing comes through for UC Sunnydale's going to find themselves met right here against the Wrecking Ball. Still managing to find a way to survive for a lot longer than I thought.
Yeah, the field there was placed, but the ball just carried the Soldier off of him. Near airborne like that, Overwatch, you just have no control. And now you got Monkey in a corridor against Forget. I think I know who wins that one. Chosen quickly to follow. Will manage to trade back at least one. As the Solos and Yadagir on the side looking to pick up whatever they can. Kel just pinging away with these orbs. We'll get a lot of damage on this ball as looks to run away. There is a Sigma Rock that does end up connecting. Lands some damage here at least, but Kel now solo will just get taken out. That's Androgynous picking him up. Maxwell kills one with the grapple hook behind him. Will come out as Zark picks up Plato there. Also, Zenyatta ultimate used just so many ult being burned here. I'm not sure if it was the play they wanted though, as Boise State is still out and still fighting. Neighbor picking up quick 2 there with the Helix Rockets. One more goes out of That's a triple kill as the mines are forced out here. Another ultimate burn for UC Sunnydale. They have 2 minutes to go here on this point. Boise State now looking to really clear out these mines. There's just no one left in UC Sunnydale to contest this point.
Bagel taking a whole lot of damage. Meanwhile, while these shenanigans have been going on, Boise State has just been very casually pushing the payload forward, and it's already there.
Soldier looking forward with the ultimate, gonna pop this one out and run on forward, but everyone's already dead here, honestly. Will find the Zenyatta in the corridor, gonna go melee mode. Whack, there was the gun. Undecimals drops, and while Neighbor won't find anything else here with this ultimate, Boise State should end up finding the game.
There you go. Boise State now going 2-0 against UC Sunnydale.
It's looking good so far. Pravana out, Oasis out. Boise State just needs, oh sorry, Li Jiang out. I'm getting some deja vu, but it will be Sark finding the play of the game here on Cole. But they managed to pull off here is, I believe it was just a really good, some really good shot placements here. Bagel get taken out, Joe getting taken out, and the fire kill here as well when Mercy ended up going down, or just away from that fight. So in the end, a nice pickup there from Sark, and looking good here on the Cole.
Now Boise State is going to be moving into match point right now. UC Sunnydale is going to have one final choice. Before we head to break, I'm just going to throw it to you, Soulpan. What would you choose here?
Map-wise?
Yeah, I think it would probably be hybrid.
You know what? You want to go out in style, you go out on Blizzard World. The classics.
Alrighty,
yeah, that's what it's got to be.
We'll see if that's the case. We'll take a short break, see if Soulpan's prediction comes through. We'll be right back with Boise State hopefully winning this 3-0, but we'll find out after this.
NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. Boise State has been having a very fun match against UC Sunnydale. It's a final send-off to veteran player Nerdy Bird. And we have just one more match left. Boise State is at match point with the choice going over to UC Sunnydale for hybrid. And Solpan has thrown out his prediction for Blizzard World, which I, for one, certainly wouldn't mind seeing because it's one map that we haven't seen that often, and it, of course, has a great setting. It would be nice to see something other than Kings Row, although it kind of would be the ultimate troll pick from UC Sunnydale if having the one and kind of just a best for fun exhibition match for them to choose something so unbelievably meta. We would just have to see what the final word is. But Solpan, overall, what's been a main play that's kind of stood out to you? Because I had mine in that counter Gravitic Flux, but do you have anything that's really caught your eye?
For me so far, it was the triple kill for Hanzo. Nerdy Bird, typically known as the diva player, one of the off tanks for Boise State, coming out big there on the DPS. I saw 2 headshots and then a few body shots to pull off a triple kill just with the arrows themselves. So while it wasn't the Gravitic Flux play, the ultimate was, of course, really good with the Dragon Strike. But I think in the end, it was that just using the bow and arrow, the classic sticks and stones build, so to say, to pick off 3 for Boise State there.
Alrighty, well, I hear everyone loading in and getting ready, and we will see what indeed has been chosen, and it is indeed Hollywood. Okay, so not Blizzard World, but still kind of a little bit of an off meta map pick, so I'll be looking forward to this one as well.
I think there's also interesting setups on Hollywood. This is one that tends to play fairly standard. Of course, the second point is very, very dive heavy, but because the map kind of just goes between these 3 different zones so heavily, you have like the sort of wide open corridor through middle on the very first point where you're trying to capture that point on the hybrid. That can lend itself to some sniper play. And then the second point is so dive heavy and high ground favored. And then the third point could get a little bit brawly, but oftentimes you see teams just try and snowball through that dive composition. And then once they get forced off or they burn all their ultimates, then they'll switch on over to a brawl composition.
All right, we'll have to see how it plays out right now. UC Sunnydale is fighting right now. They would have to pull off a reverse sweep at this point as Boise State leads them 2-0. We will see how it all turns out as both these teams are ready to load in. Okay, I'm going to hold you to a prediction right now, Solpan. Do you think Boise State holds the point entirely? Do you think they just prohibit UC Sunnydale from getting to the payload at all?
I used a term earlier that I'm going to use again, and it was happy gaming. I think Boise State's doing a little bit of that. We got some role swaps. It's certainly possible for Sunnyvale to break on through when Boise State's in a state like this. They're not playing as clean as they can. They're letting a few picks slide. They're not exactly taking unfair fights. And so I think according to Doc's Keys of the game, they'll give up at least 1 point here on Hollywood.
Well, since you mentioned Doc's Keys to the game, Here we go in Overwatch, and when Nerdy plays, that's never to take a fair fight, now trademarked, and that means not to take fights in unexpected places, excuse me, when they are unprepared and when you can have ability advantages. It's all brought to you by Drop-In Gaming, the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. You can play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. To begin your competitive gaming journey, go to dropingaming.com. So we're ready for the final match here. Boise State versus UC Sunnydale as Boise State leads 2-0. Looking to close things out with a sweep 3-0. But I don't want to get too ahead of myself. We will just have to head on down to Hollywood to see how things shake out.
The car there to escort through the different sets on the map. The most annoying robot ever, of course, the only passenger, taunting you the entire way. We'll see if Boise State decides to escort him to his destination or if they end up letting this one drop, as UC Sunnydale gonna do whatever they can here, backs against the wall, the best of 5, to hold down the fort against Boise State's onslaught.
Here we go. We'll see what Boise State has decided to bring out. They brought out a little bit of everything so far.
Yeah, hard to pick out a trend in the composition so far. I mean, you can see just about every character on the entire range of possibilities come out so far from them. But we'll see if they manage to surprise us here. Will be the Far at Mercy, Hug and Ball as well. Tracer to clean it up, and Bagel there on the Zenyatta. Mark people out with the Discord. You see Sunnydale gonna quickly drop here to the double damage boost option for Boise State if they're not careful. Oh, already going so low there, Tracer and Forget on the point. Trying to hold down, that's going to be the first blood picked up by Boise State there. Maxwell going to clean that one up. Frostwing very low here, healed up by the Mercy. They're even actually good for the Mercy here, so yeah, another roll swap, playing all 3 rolls in this best of 5. They can do here, keeping everyone alive so far on the point. Now for the pistol, gonna clean up a little bit of damage here. Mercy actually gets one. Battle Mercy is successful. Going once again here on to Tracer, gonna pick up as much damage as possible with this pistol. One more given on over. That's the bomb onto the even now coming out of the neck. Will be just multiple members jumping here on the point. Mercy gets another one with the pistol. Nerdy Bird not willing to be just a healer in this one.
You see, I just kind of knew, you know, with the camera just focused on Nerdy playing the Mercy, I was just thinking, we're gonna shoot Battle Mercy. I just know. I just had a feeling, and Nerdy is not disappointing in that regard.
Yeah, Sark player of the game here for UC Sunnydale last time.
I just have to wonder, Nerdy now has the Valkyrie, so if we're seeing this already, once that Valkyrie is used, sky's the limit, quite literally.
Oh, but now dropping here a little bit too deep, unfortunately, but you know, like you said, Valkyrie's still online, so I think Nerdy wanted to try and get that res onto the fire, but wasn't able to complete it. And now, Burning Ultimates here on the backside. It's Maxwell and Sun Tzu picking up 3 as Kel will get a 4th there on the Sigma. Members here in the backside for UC Sunnydale just trapped in their own spawn. Gonna try and filter out here as Maxwell and, of course, Sun Tzu there on the side, pestering them all the way to that payload.
Bagel's going to get picked out by Sark. There goes the Valkyrie being used by Nerdy. He's going to use it to get that res. Nice start out to it.
Yeah, this is a good way to pick off at least that heal, so that Widow pick mattering a whole lot less as Sark now here on the side. Gonna do whatever they can to try and find a few picks, but that's 1 kill given on over. That's Bagel getting that one. A nice hop off the wall there. Some Mercy being utilized by Nerdy Bird here in this match. We'll jump up back to high ground to keep on healing up. Oh, so quick on the elevator, you just don't see him coming sometimes. Pops that up there, grabs the hook, and cleans up Nerdy Bird. And now it's Frost here, solo pushing the point as the other ball will approach. And now we got a couple of balls here on the point. Gonna duke it out for now. The shield popped there for the enemy. Bagel, not on the ball this time, but on the hall, gonna come off the roof here, and now looking to contest the payload themselves. And just pick up 1 at least so far. Ball gonna come on down, get the slam, but no damage comes through. Now chasing on forward here. That's Ana getting tagged up by Frost here on the side. Goes so low, but the sleep is good. The nade is good, and that Ana might be able to keep their lives here.
We just have to see. Nerdy has been on point with these reses, though.
Finding res after res so far. That's a nano boosted Mercy. Let's see what the Battle Mercy can do here in this fight. Pestering away with that pistol, but pointed into the corner. The whole hog comes out to prevent the nano boosted Mercy from popping off. A nice defensive utilization from the ultimate by UC Sunnydale to shut down the nano Mercy.
I like the sentiment though.
It was there. they're looking for the pop-off moments, that's one way to do it. You nano the Mercy, they go hard with the pistol. If nothing else, it demoralizes the enemy.
Yeah, it's all about mental warfare at this point. And right now, Boise State actually has been doing a pretty good job of pushing the payload forward. They're going to have a little bit of time to kind of do some swaps here as Sun Tzu brings out the Hog and Bagel swapping over to Zen.
Looking to claim high ground pressure here. There is Bagel on the side, finding a nice hook. Nerdy here just keeping the backline alive, nice and healthy. Bagel will pick up one, Fox pick up yet another. Moving on towards the payload here. It's just me Nerdy solo pushing it, but it's all that they need to do as every member, except for the Hog out of nowhere. Bagel with a steel chair comes out of the shop and saloon, a drink in their hand, and just takes out Nerdy Bird, but they will drop in rebuttal. Boise State should be able to take this point off of Nerdy Bird's sacrifice.
Still managing to push the payload forward as Kel using the infrared sights here. Maxwell taking a bit of damage, but right now Boise State very close to this checkpoint. Also going to be using the Valkyrie here. We'll see if take 2 on the Valkyrie gets any more mileage here.
At 3 kills already given over some Mercy. Not going to find a whole lot of targets, but getting lots of damage here onto the Hog. Hopping up to high ground here to chase down Widow. A few shots to the back, take out Sark. Nerdy Bird utilizing the last bit of that Valkyrie to its fullest possible effect.
I've been really pleased here seeing how many Battle Mercy picks. We're up to 3 now, so I was thinking 1 or 2, but Nerdy going for more, going for the 4.
A little hard to burst through the ball with the Mercy, but Nerdy Bird's gonna try.
It's a challenge.
Goes a little bit low. One more shot would do it, but hero mode, like a true support, switches over to heals to make sure that the entire team is topped off as they continue to just get this push on through. UC Sunnydale can't seem to do anything to staunch support, but that's a really good Ana anti-made to do whatever they can. Despite that, though, it's gonna be the Zenyatta just pushing on forward. Bagel will not be denied as another kill comes for you for the Zenyatta. Getting very low there on Moxel, able to get healed up by Mercy, staying alive. Kel also topped off here. Sun Tzu goes in with the whole Hog. They were keeping everyone alive on the team, make sure all these health levels are as high as possible. But I mean, at this point, Boise State's still just filtering on through. Another Valkyrie available. Who will be the target of Nerdy Bird's wrath this time around? Valkyrie could come out at any second. Nerdy Bird holding on to the almost possible opportune moment as Cosmoto gonna go down. There's a cool casting on the side. Finds a stun on the rails. A double kill coming out for that cool casting. Sunnydale might have managed to find some ground to stand on as they managed to force Boise State off the point with this wacky composition they've crafted for themselves. It's a Doofus, Cole, a Zarya, and a Hog to hold down the point. One nano boost online as well. Several will switch on over to Moira. Here it comes! The Valkyrie coming out. 1 kill picked up. Will it be a second? It will! Yeah! A tank and a support claim. Their headstones will read Nerdy Bird's name for the rest of eternity as the Valkyrie does eventually come through. Kind of going into the ultimate to manage to hold in the rest of the point, and it will be Boise State off the back of those 2 picks from the Valkyrie, claiming this point. Nerdy Bird on the vanguard approach for Boise State.
Yeah, that's 5. No, it's either 5 or 6 so far. So really driving up the tally here. And here it was. Here was the highlight of the match as far as I'm concerned.
For me, it was that play where tagged up that Widowmaker on the high ground with just the last couple of shots as Sark was trying to leave. That was well played. Found a few more kills there on the Mercy, so that's Boise State cleaning this one up. 2 supports taken out. I believe let's get a tally counter here for Mercy kills. I think it's been a tank, or 2 tanks, 2 supports, and at least 1 DPS. We might be at 5.
So pretty well spread out.
Yeah, good spread. We need 1 more DPS to get like that full symmetry.
Trifecta, yeah.
Then you say you killed everyone on their team.
You got
the
team wipe, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. Just it took a whole game, but you know what? You got a Mercy pistol. You get some credits there.
All right, here we go. Boise State really wouldn't be surprised if they just go for a full hold here. Of course, if you're in that mentality, then you might be thinking of some sort of weird, very tilty-ish comp.
I mean, honestly, Boise State here could just look to out-muscle this squad. They've got the talent on the roster for it. We'll see if they end up playing this one standard, but we already got some cheese happening, so I don't think we're going to see anything too normal for Boise State here. As coming out with Reinhardt and the ball hiding on the corridor. They break to come out here. Already switching to the pistol, says, you know what? Screw it, no, I'm just going to blast down this alleyway. Nutty Bird gets some damage in with that pistol. Will top everyone off as well. Maxwell on a nice edge, picking up kills here on the Cole. As now the Hog getting hooked on in. Nutty Bird dashing back to Frost.
But you know what's so impressive is that Nerdy's still going for the Battle Mercy, but isn't neglecting, you know, all of the healing and swapping so effortlessly between the healing and getting so many great reses at the same time.
That's a well-practiced Battle Mercy if I've ever seen one. Sun Tzu getting out thanks to Nerdy Bird's healing. He'll eventually escape into this corner. Mercy might be a little bit of trouble here. Needs help to get up that lip. Little dash to Reinhardt and will be just fine. But so far, he's sending out. Can't make it to this point as Nerdy Bird dashes across the battlefield. Now in a little trouble. No one to dash to. Finds Maxwell on the backside. Maxwell able to roll out as well. So 2 versus the entire power of UC Sunnydale. Now rolling towards this point. Boise State looking to regroup on point here. Can UC Sunnydale take advantage of his numbers? But it's not going to look like it's going to happen as Nerdy Bird the ultimate coming out here with Battle Mercy once again. A great knock up into the backline for the ball. Just tagging away at targets. That'll be one Battle Mercy. A second could quickly follow. Anna goes down. 2 more picked up. We're up to 7 kills on the Battle Mercy. 1 more might be the card here as Moira's got their backs turned to Nerdy Bird. Quickly going to pay for that one as everyone from UC Sunnydale drops, and that'll be Boise State once again with the team wipe.
If that's not the play of the game, then
it better be. We don't get nearly enough of those Battle Mercy play of the games in Overwatch in general. Oh my god, what's happening?
What's Bagel?
Maximum sensitivity for Bagel here. I look at the dash off.
Yeah,
oh god! Oh god! I hope we got a graphics warning.
Look how much DPS my mouse has.
I look at the dash back across the fight. Opening this one up with the Moira ultimate and a nano boost on top of it. Septilin's looking to get some damage in here on the Moira, but it's not going to get enough to get through Boise State's front line. Merchant is killing everyone up to the top side. Getting lots of damage here down onto the Hog. Super Shot would do it, but Maxwell going to be the target of the healing. Got to keep the support. Got to keep the DPS alive. Eventually, Nerdy Bird going to find the kill. Another one picked up. We're up to 8 Battle Mercy kills. Anti-Nade might be what they need to shut her down, and finally it'll happen. Mercy falls. Nerdy Bird. So many kills to their name, but unfortunately, UC Sunnydale eventually able to staunch the streak.
But right now, just Boise State is doing a completely great job here. Doesn't look like there might be a few members challenging Boise State on the point, but I think they're going to respawn quick enough that they can contest.
Team members coming online here. Sneak and then take back to the point in time. Frost would be the person to do it. A little bit more time given on over. Can they make it back? And Frost is on. Here it comes. The assault is back. The squad is here, but no. Call it a C9. Call it a slight slip up. But in the end, UC Sunnydale will get at least 1 point. Nerdy Bird now kiting back with Maxwell on the side, looking to keep the team alive. Can they manage to escape through the corridor? I don't know if it'll happen. Sun Tzu is managing to stay tanky, at least healthy here in this corridor for now. The ball is put through to keep him low as possible. One of them in with full force. Not going to be enough to find the kill though. Mercy going Battle Mercy will not pop the Valkyrie in time. Definitely will find a few kills. 2 get back immediately here as the bomb goes in the corridor. A nice combo of almost here from UC Sunnydale. Might be enough to break through the front line of Boise State, but there's a lot of ultimates they gotta fight through. 3-3 on the old score. Can they push through this second point high ground?
Cross is
Bagel's in ultimate mode. Bagel's just waiting for it. Right opportunity is coming. You just don't know when it's gonna be. Breaking it down. Eventually. Oh my god, he's just chilling on a pillar. Living his best life. Bagel. Oh, there it is! Lethal eventually comes out from Bagel. Stalled out for so long, just stands back for the pillar, but finally going to utilize all the shields they can to stay alive. Nice and healthy here. The Battle Mercy going to chase with the Valk. Headshot from Kel onto the enemy Widowmaker. Will steal away that kill from Nerdy Bird. As Nerdy Bird gets the dash up and around the team fight, still looking for more targets. Bloodthirsty with the pistol, looking to find 2 more here. 1 will fall, tagging up over from the backside. Not going to find the kill crit, but lots of damage given over from the Battle Mercy pistol.
I'm just so happy. This is great fun.
Ultimate send-off. You get to play Battle Mercy. All right. Tap, 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 tap. That's everything you could have wanted.
Well, Sun Tzu could have something to line up. Unfortunately for the Graviton search, they're not going to have anything to follow up with. It's just going to throw it out here.
It'll eventually come down, but where will it land? What goes up must come down, and here's the Graviton surge. No one's gotten it. It was a good look.
Again, we have a lot of plays where I appreciate the sentiment. It's just, it's not quite working out.
Yeah, I mean, I like the look. You know what? They were looking for the trick play.
The question is, who's on the payload right now? There's one person. This is a reverse mode here. Everyone's fighting way back on the play field, while one person is solo pushing it way out in front.
I like the quick cut to Zarya just laying on the ground there, taking a quick nap. As it was, Maxwell sitting in the back line on the McCree. Might be looking for a crazy flank option here. No ultimate available for Cole, but there is a possibility to generate that and then look to get off a nice high noon on the back line. But it's a poor solo Mercy with the pistol. Looking for some help on the back line. Will they get it? Nerdy Bird going to stay alive for now. Tracer.
The Wrecking Bolt drops in front of you and you pull out the pistol to just go one-on-one.
Got the res off though. Was it worth? Can the 1-1v1 payload down to be the fight here as Tracer picking up 2 might be the advantage that UC Sunnydale finally gets to push this payload all the way home. Almost there now to these double doors. Boise State got nothing left to contest, and it will be UC Sunnydale taking this one to the final tick of the map. They got 5 ultimates online, and can Boise State stop the indomitable assault from UC Sunnydale?
Well, there's a pick onto Nerdy right there. You're talking 5 ultimates. We're basically going to have 6 here.
I like the acknowledgement is around the squid. Just looking at the eyeballs. Gonna give a quick nod. Go back to payload here. What they can do now as the pull not gonna come through thanks to the defense matrix, but it's Boise State occupying the high ground for now. They're gonna roll on out here, look for the dive on the payload. How many kills can they find? Nothing so far. They're actually negative on the kill count. Kell gonna trade at least one back there on the Moira, as now they look to hold at this point. Only one down. It's not too bad so far. Mercy giving some friendly waves, needed support. Not gonna go battle mode or anything too devious here with the Valkyrie just yet. But will manage to heal up Sun Tzu on the Diva. And it's still just Boise State waiting for the right fight. And here it comes. Every ultimate at once coming out for Boise State. Valkyrie pop. Everything is popped. That is a battle Mercy with so much shields that they finally managed to bleed him out. But that's Mercy just going crazy with the pistol. Looking to match someone on the name of charts here this game. Will Mercy get a kill there on the enemy support. That's a second coming out for Mercy with the res on top of it all. That might just be a Mercy play of the game. Can they find some more kills here on the high noon? Just maybe. Not going to get anything just yet. There's a mech picking up 1 kill. I mean, the sky on someone's head.
They're practically begging the game right now. Pick one of the many plays that you've seen and make it the play of the game.
Nerdy Bird here now looking for at least 1 more kill before the timer takes on down. 2 seconds remain. Can UC Sunnydale find the payload? We're in overtime. There's someone on the payload. No one's watching the payload. You gotta get back, Boise State. Can you find it? I don't know. We're all tied up 3-3. Hubris is the downfall of the mighty giant. Boise State tied up and taken to overtime with 0 seconds on the clock. They will have the advantage coming to this one. Get the highlight from Bagel. I like it.
I mean, at this point, maybe they just wanted to drive it to overtime because they're having so much fun.
What a tease. Just sitting there on the pillar, just chilling.
Just wait until the right the replay isn't even going to show the actual sound.
It was because the best part about that was when the ultimate wasn't being burned. Imagine you hear, let's break it down, and then just nothing happens.
And nothing
How
happens.
confused are you?
And you're not seeing anything on the activity feed.
You're just like, what's happening? Bagel with a nice trick play there. I'm not sure on the effectiveness of it, because I feel like you just beat whenever you wanted, but at the very least, you know, sometimes you just want to get inside the opponent's head, and that's a fine way to do it.
Well, here we go into overtime. Boise State really the only one having any sort of time here on overtime, so UC Sunnydale is going to be forced to defend.
I believe it could just be the single tick here for Boise State. Just could come with the full brawl, get on that point, get 1 pick, and you have managed to claim this last game for Nerdy Bird. 3-0, make it clean, Boise State. What can you do here? Roll on out with your best. It's a Junkrat bomb will roll towards you. Not a whole damage found just yet. Nerdy Bird now on the Zenyatta this time. So Boise State going for some kind of pick style composition here. Charge up those orbs. Nerdy Bird looking for some picks. See what they can find here. It's going to go very low there on the high ground. Discord is out. Tracer in the backside will pick up Nerdy though. Multiple members falling here for Sunnydale, though. I believe it's already 3 down. We're going to get a mystery mode here. We don't know who's falling where. But back to the match, though. Bagel running back to spawn to get Nerdy Bird back to this point. Looks like Boise State actually not going to cap this one. We'll see if their Cubas burns them once again. It's a little bit risky. But Bagel wants to make sure Nerdy Bird is...
They might want to leave it for Nerdy, I think.
Yeah, they want Nerdy to cap the point. The last... A nice nightcap to end the title career.
What a way to end
here.
I like it.
Nerdy Bird will get the solo cap on the
There
point.
it is.
Played by Zenyatta. Thank you, Boise State.
Okay,
UC Sunnydale will fall 3-0.
The question is, what does it decide? Oh, okay.
Battle Mercy's just, it's hard.
Well,
it's hard.
see, Gob still finds a way to steal play in the game, so. Okay, 1, 2. Okay.
It was 3. See, the thing that's hard about Battle Mercy isn't getting the kill, it's getting the damage off. You have to land so many shots.
Right.
And Nerdy was doing a great job at target selection, making sure that they were chasing down low health DPS targets for the most part. I think most of the kills ended up being DPS and support, so it was wise the way they utilized the Battle Mercy, but it wasn't utilized in a way that would get them a play of the game.
Well, talking about play of the game, it's time to talk about the player of the game, and I really, with the theme that tonight's been going, I don't know if production could give it to anyone else.
Nerdy Bird.
Of course, just as a recap, Nerdy Bird, their last competitive match, already has a Bachelor of Science in GIM and is going to be going on to get their Master in Educational Technology. What a career here for the Broncos. And like I said, the only time right now, the only thing that's really left is to do the final player of the game. And as a note, we actually will have Nerdy on stage, just ask a few questions and do one final interview. But right now, we have got the ICCU player of the game, and certainly I wouldn't be surprised if it's just all of the Battle Mercy plays, just all at once. Because there were enough to actually do a true player of the game with that.
Yeah, you get a full top 5 in there. You just
every single
go to every Valkyrie and you'll find a kill on every single one of them.
Yeah,
Although,
that's true.
I still want to see the Hanzo play in there again. I still think that was peak Hanzo gameplay. I want to see that one more time. So we'll see. Top 5 coming soon.
Yeah, of course, like we said, there could be no other choice. Nerdy Bird getting the ICCU player of the game. Artemis Rain, master of our hearts, it says there. So, yeah, what a great job. And you got the Hanzo play you were looking for here. So great feelings all around. It's the ICCU player of the game, brought to you, of course, by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Nerdy Bird is your ICCU player of the game. And that's what I was talking about, the Gravitic Flux, the solo ult.
Still not enough to stop Nerdy Bird.
I know, still able to get the double. And, of course, so many great Battle Mercy plays. It's hard to just choose one, but...
I mean, when you end up just wiping every enemy on the team with Battle Mercy pistol, it's like, which one do you pick? And so I'm glad we got some Hanzo highlights in there just to solidify that this wasn't the only thing to do in this game. Because, I mean, the healing plays were clutch too. Everyone on Boise State just felt like they were topped off basically that entire match.
Well, it was great to have you here, Soulpan. Do you have any final thoughts?
Congratulations. Welcome to the graduating circle. You'll be back on desk. As I am, you never escape. Just when you think you're out there, you're right back in.
Well, thank you for that uplifting final thoughts, Soulpan. Well, we'll leave you with the top 5 plays of the game and then be back after this break with some words from Nerdy, so you don't want to miss that interview. For now, though, enjoy your top 5 plays of the game, brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for. Idaho Army National Guard is one of the best teams to join out there. Reach out to them on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. Enjoy your top 5 plays of the game, and we'll be back with our post-game interview right after this.
Frost with lots of shield should manage to stay alive as Boise State looks to regroup and take this point once again.
Ooh, very low on health. Bagel, Plato eliminated by him. And there goes a Riptide, is going to be thrown by Sun Tzu. Art of War indeed. That is a masterpiece, getting a dub.
End up C9 the point there, and eventually it will be given up. Boise State gave up a tick using Sunnydale.
I have to hand it to Andromedus there. When the combo was going to be used from Boise State, the combo Graviton Surge and the Dragon Strike, you saw Andromedus counter with the Gravitic Flux, basically predicting the moment to use this Dragon Strike. Not going to quite use it yet. Maxo also has the Minefield to also use, going to drop that. Could prove to be very beneficial in these narrow close quarters. Nerdy doing a great pick onto Sar to stop that flank, and also throws out the Dragon Strike, having to deal with this Hog though, but is going to get some
Absolutely. Now looking on the side here, still looking to chase on forward. Building up Barrage at 50% is an option, especially here in these tight corridors. Can look for something sneaky, but gonna go down there. No mercy to support. The damage was just not there.
There it is.
Now coming back online. Plato getting the res. And Nerdy Bird is back online here to harass this Brigette as he tries, as they manage to force Boise State off the point with this wacky composition they've crafted for themselves. It's a Doofus, Cole, a Zarya, and a Hog to hold down the point. One nano boost online as well. Several will switch on over. Oh, yes! Here it goes! The Valkyrie coming out. One kill picked up. Will it be a second? It will. Yeah!
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
David Adams, CEO of Esports Tower. I wanted to congratulate Artie on a great playing career. Over the last year, everyone here appreciates how you brought your knowledge, skill, and passion for playing to the caster's booth. Enjoy your retirement game and know that we're excited to still have you bringing that Artie sparkle to the Esports Tower Rumble.
Nerdy, without a doubt, you've been one of the most impressive esports players that I have been fortunate enough to have had the pleasure to coach. I remember when we started, like every other player on the team, you had a lot to learn. However, you picked things up so quickly and took things to a level that both surprised me and spoiled me in what to expect from other players in the future. I know that it wasn't easy at all. However, from your communication, decision-making skills, awareness, casting, and especially your leadership skills, you've not only become an exceptional player and teammate, but also applied many of these things to become an exceptional person and deserve to be celebrated as an example, not only to show how someone can succeed in esports, but a shining example of how someone involved in esports can and should be like. Thank you, Nerdy, for allowing me to be a part of your growth. And I hope that you can teach others how to tackle some of the same challenges you faced and accomplished half as much as you have.
What's up, Nerdy Bird? It's Uber here from the Overwatch League with a message of congratulations from Doc Haskell on your tenure, of course, as a Boise State Bronco. I've been told that you've done more than anyone else to promote positive stereotypes in collegiate sports. So thanks for being a fantastic example. Thank you for your contributions, not only to the collegiate scene, but sort of the wider esports scene, as collegiate is such an important inflow, I think, into sort of further competitive gaming. And best of luck to you as you carry on towards your doctorate, and hopefully you still remain involved in gaming in a deep way in the future. All the best.
Hi, Nerdy Bird. Garvey from Twitch here. It's really been amazing and truly a pleasure to watch your professional and personal growth over the years at Boise State. I want to congratulate you for all your hard work and the inspiration that you've given us all, and wish you the best of luck as you pursue your doctorate. Can't wait to see you again. Thank you for everything.
You are the best. I'm really bummed that I can't be there tonight for this event, but you're going to be great. You've been an outstanding player and a leader and a caster. You've done it, like everything that you can do in the program. So I'm really excited that this is going to be your big finish, that you get to finish and have a great last game on the stage as you get ready to pick up your master's degree and walk across that, that stage in just a couple months. And that you get to finish with a big game. We're so proud of you. So enjoy the opportunity to play with a great team, to be in great competition, and just enjoy. You're not going anywhere. You're around the program every day, but enjoy this big final walk off, and look down the line, look at your teammates, and just remember that special moment, because it is pretty special, getting to do what you get to do. You rock.
This is David Adams, CEO.
And those were some well wishes from a variety of people around the esports profession. To, of course, Artie Nerdy Bird Rain, who has been such a key name for Boise State for as long as I can remember. And I know I probably don't have as much clout as all as they do, but I can just say as a caster, it's always been great having Nerdy cast with me. And like Doc say, whenever they decide to be involved with Boise State esports going into the future, I will consider it a great honor to be with them. And speaking of being with them, we actually do have Artie on stage with us to kind of give us a few final thoughts. You know, Artie, how does it just feel right now, just looking back at everything that has happened? There's got to be so many memories and just so many emotions leading up to this point.
Honestly, this program was one of the greatest things I ever decided to become a part of. I wouldn't have made it as far, even decided to continue most of my undergraduate career or even my master's career had it not been for the family that I got through this program. And it's helped me grow as a person to so much in ways I didn't ever think possible. I never imagined I could see myself on screen doing anything. I have horrible stage fright. I'm really shy, and this program taught me how to break down a lot of my own personal barriers and learn how to take criticisms and work with people to not only better myself but better others. I have met people that I consider my family. Doc is like a dad to me, even though like I'm really far away from home all the time, and everyone here is just people that I would never want to go the rest of my life without having the opportunity to have met them. So I'm really grateful for this program, and I'm sad that I have to leave, but I have to keep moving forward in my life. I'm excited to continue my career, my education, and go on to get my doctorate, but I do hope I'll be able to return and continue to broadcast for everyone here, because this is something that I genuinely love, and I enjoy everyone that's involved with this program, and even the viewership, they're fantastic. I've had the opportunity of having a few people randomly just say, hey, I've seen you on the Boise State streams. Like, they don't know my name, but they know my gamer name, and they'll call me Nerdy Bird, and they'll just walk up to me and talk to me about it. And it's a really cool thing that I get to experience in my life, and I'm very grateful for everything that this program has given to me.
And we just kind of mentioned it, but going forward with your master's and PhD, just what does the road ahead look like? You know, major goals and things that you want to carve out moving forward.
I genuinely want to teach people how to create their own production in on-site arenas and gaming environments, such as what we are lucky enough to have here at Boise State, because yes, there's a lot of programs that exist out there, but a lot of them don't have the guidance or someone in power who is capable of communicating with administrative staff to teach them about the importance of having this type of backing and the backbone that's necessary to put on events and broadcasts and support teams in the manner that Boise State can. And that's a gift I want to give other schools, and so that's why I genuinely hoped I can be like a Dr. Haskell for another school one day, and that's why I want to equip myself with as much knowledge as possible. That's why I'm choosing to pursue my PhD.
Well, I'll ask you one more question, and just looking back at everything, do you have like one moment that just kind of sticks out to you? I know we have kind of a lot of photos, and maybe we can also pull them up of just key moments looking back, but was there ever just kind of one moment that just really stood out to you and thinking, wow, I'm doing something really cool here?
In all honesty, this wasn't even a game that I was in, but I was spectating, and it was definitely the Mountain West Championship last year, because we've played against Nevada so many times, and we've lost at the championship so many times against them. My first year on the team, which was the second year going to the Mountain West, the third year, but then finally that year number 4 of going against them, and for the team as a total, and my third year going against them, but I was not present in the match itself, to see that buzzer hit 0 and hear you say on broadcast, Boise State, you've done it, you've beaten Goliath, was one of the most exhilarating moments of like my Boise State career. And it was really cool to finally see our team grow to the point that we could take that championship title.
Well, as we take a look back here at a few photos, I know that even if you weren't on stage, it's definitely selling the impact that you have in this program short, because you are involved so much in behind the scenes and everything, that for the Broncos to win a championship like that, you were just as much a part of that for everything that you give to this program. So thank you so much for providing us with so many great memories. And as Doc said, I'm sure we'll see you many more times visiting us, like Solpan was able to visit us tonight. So just thank you for everything, and we wish you the best going forward in your life.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for watching tonight. We hope you enjoyed everything. We'll be back later in the week with more esports action. You can always check us out at the Boise State Twitch page. But we want to just sign off tonight. We hope you stay safe. Hope you enjoyed the Twitch stream, and we hope you have a great night.